What's up?
Yeah, fellows, welcome to the show this morning. Let me start with my first thing. It's always black guys in America that always try to outplay a player. I'm dealing with a situation on the forum where I'm suspecting a brother trying to play me in the dealings in the area of internet dating stuff. I've had people, try to play me in my personal life. Like one fella, for quite some time, had been trying to play me, and I always observe them. I won't say anything. I let them think they're getting over all the time. Like for example, this fellow, I watched what he did to other people. Give something and then take it back. That alerted me right away. And then distancing themselves, flipping shit up, disappearing, coming back. So that told me what that fellow was about, and I just watched and observed. How long was I aware of this one fellow I'm talking about? About a year and a half? Was it on the up and up?
It was kind of an extended amount of time.
Yeah. I watched his communications with me, and I saw all the mistakes. When you try to play someone, you got to be on top of your game. You got to be on point. You can't make mistakes. And few people pay that much attention to, their communications, how they communicate with you.
Yeah, once you're inconsistent about something.
Yeah.
It's obvious.
And I every time, I was communicating with this fella, I'd point out to Jovina. And then Jovina said, yeah. So we gave the guy a nickname. And I won't say what it is. And we both said, this is not going to happen. It's not going to happen. And we started, guesstimating on how long does it take the guy to blow out. So eventually,
more than a year then.
Yeah. We eventually, I thought it would happen at a certain time before he'd blow out, but then he kind of did it early. But he was, as I said, you cannot play a player. I see everything. When you write on a page, I look at the way you write, and I remember everything. That's the way you got to be with women. You got to remember everything you said to them. Okay? Because I fucked up early in my life. And I quickly learned to keep my shit on point, to always be alert. In this game, you have to always be on point. You can't bring some B game. You can't ever relax and drop down to B. It's always got to be at A level. Your consciousness always has to be alert, always paying attention. Now, I think that's one of the things that Jovina was probably afraid of me, because I saw everything. Jovina?
Afraid of you? Kind of creepy that you know things sometimes, but...
It says, it's kind of creepy that I what?
It's just kind of creepy because it's like, how the hell do you know this about this person?
Yeah. Well, I actually did that with her as well. Like when I first started dating her, I'd observe everything she said, everything she did. And I'm always checking for falsehoods. And I was always looking to see if she would, cast her eyes at someone else. That would tell me a lot. She didn't think I was observing her, but I was. I'm always in observation mode, or used to be. Not anymore. So now you get away with whatever you want to, Jovina. But as a player, you have to always be on point. Always be observing, because that's how you see choosing. Okay? That's how you see girls that are feeling you. Now, I took it to another level. A level if you're, European descent, you don't believe in, but I took it to a almost instinctive level. I felt energy, and I always feel the energy of women. Now, for me, I'll give you a little bit about my childhood. That's how I survived childhood, because I had to be able to feel the energy of one of my parental figures. If I couldn't read that person correctly, then I read what's going on in the household because of what another parent was doing. Another parent, because I looked like this one parent, was taking out on me. So I learned to read. Let me just say, I learned to read women at an early age and read their energy and their everything's going on. So when I get around a woman, I know how to, I can read right through her. Now, if you're probably European descent, you don't believe in that stuff, I don't care. I know it's true for me. As I was pointing out to the fellow that I did the show on yesterday, the case study, he's starting to feel it. And that's what I started working with Brother Grease, because he started feeling feeling people energetically, and it freaked him out. I guess he was going to a therapist when he decided to just go in and ask the master. Well, that instinct, that ability to read, has kept me on point. When I didn't listen, I paid. Even if it's as far as waking up in the day, something bad's gonna happen today. Like, I've always been on point. Flat tire. So, I guess they call it sixth sense or whatever. I don't care what they call it. To me, it's just being more sensitive and open. So when you're a player, that makes you extra super sensitive to women. And that's how I was able to tap into them sexually during sex. I talked about in my mind fucking book, and also in my How to Make a Woman Come book. You want to be able to tap into them, to tune into them, tune your energy to hers. Before, you heard me talk about how there were times where I could get my dick hard, and I had to lay next to them first. You guys remember talking about that? I had to lay next to these women, and once I did, once I went to sleep and then woke up, boing, hard as a rock. I was able to do the job. I pretend like I had too much to drink. Hey, let's just cuddle and sleep. And then I'd wake her up, and we get busy. But somewhere in that process, our energies, I was able to tune into her. I don't like trying to tune into drunk women. That's why I never took a drunk woman home. A couple drinks is cool. I don't like drunk women because they can't feel what I'm going to do to them. And I want every woman I was with to feel what I was going to do to her. And I wanted to feel the pleasure. I wanted to be alert so I could control her mind and raise her up and hold her there just before that orgasm. If she's drunk, she's sloppy, it doesn't work. So in my life, I've learned to develop certain skills, certain things that help keep me on point. Whether you have that ability to feel energy, like I taught a fitness classes, I can walk in, feel the energy. By the way, if you talk to any fitness instructor, they'll tell you there's an energy in the classroom. When you walk in, every classroom has a certain presence and energy. You'll hear people who actually do these things that don't just go to YouTube and play video games, talk about this stuff, okay? I know it's not part of your gamer world or your YouTube world, but it's part of my world. So walking to class, I can also, feel the energy of a class, and I learn to manipulate that energy. And that's where you find the better instructors that learn how to control the energy of his classroom. The student I worked at, Stillwater Dance Academy, he was a master at controlling the energy of his classroom. His classes were bigger than mine. I was the only person that ever came close. Actually, I did beat him a couple times, but that came close to, his level of students. And that's because I learned to manipulate the energy of the classroom. A lot of instructors aren't aware that there's, interesting, we're both black too, now that I think about it. I never thought about it that way. But a lot of instructors, there aren't very many black instructors either, aren't aware that there is an energy of the class, but they don't know how to manipulate it. They try to, raise up the energy a little bit, but they don't know how to control that energy. So anyways, those are skills that I brought to the game with me, and that made me a better player. I got to the supreme level. I was able to get women addicted to my energy. So when I broke off with them, many of them had to go through therapy. They had to go through, I'm serious, they had to go through therapy. We all have an energy that's around us that's called an aura. And I learned to use my inner energy, and I would tap it into women so I could make them addicted, or I used to do that, I should say. I realized how bad that was. and I stopped doing it. Never did the Jovina. Yes. So I was talking about you can't outplay a player. And, you know, I've said, guys, it's always American black dudes, you know, try to outplay me. And it's interesting that they don't see, I can see right through them. I pay attention to words. So I learned to pay attention to women's words, sitting in cars listening to them when they're, you know, mad at you and shit. Before they get mad, I knew that it was coming. I could feel their shift. If you're European, just say that my subconscious mind picked it up. You know, my subconscious mind picked up little changes, but I was always aware. Okay, that's the kind of awareness you need to bring to the game. When you go into a nightclub, you need to be on point and aware, so you can see the entire room. I learned this teaching fitness classes. I had to be able to see the entire, you know, 65 people behind me who's offbeat. And I could see the person that was a little bit off. I could see the person that was struggling. I could see the person that was getting ready to pass out. So I brought that into the game, that awareness, and I was able to see the women that were feeling me. And I took it to a higher level. When you pay attention, it's amazing what you can see out there in the world. When you start to tap into it and pay attention. If you're European descent, no offense to you in this message. Let's go to some of my emails or shit people write. I had some messages come in, and Veteran Soul. Thanks for all, bro, but it's 2018 soon. What the fuck is in this quality? And that's another video that, if you see some numbers in front of the video so we don't have this kind of shit in the future. This is my second channel, as many of you guys know. As you know, that my first channel, I got an email from them saying I had too much copywritten material, but that channel was being trolled, and I was complaining about trolling, so they took a look at my channel and saw that old copywritten shit from when they first opened. They didn't do that shit back then. You know, I had my dance video where I had the rhythmics in there, and I had other videos, you know, with music in it. That's what they were talking about. I had dance videos on there. In fact, I'd uploaded on that channel my entire dance program, but I just had it unlisted. And I used all that, and I didn't get rid of that. Anyway, they saw that shit, and they deleted the channel. Wow, I have 33 messages held for review. Sounds like someone was spamming my channel. Hold on one second. Let me click on this. Yep, spammers. Every last one of them. I hate these people. I am an internet marketer, but I hate internet marketers. God damn. Wait, J-Love is in there. But there's a comment below J-Love. Spam comment. Wow. Troplux fixed dating secrets. Just Google it. Does Troplux help me? They think you guys who watch my channel are some goddamn fools that you would buy or even click on their shit. Then there are those Russians, they're spamming. Yeah, I don't know if you guys seen their shit. Show more. There's more. There's more. Holy fuck. Well, I can delete these. With one click. All I do is click the master to select them all and report them as spam. And that's done. Oh, there's some more at the bottom. Rick Woods, I don't know why you're in there. Ace Ortiz. Oh, these are because people commented under your messages. 2 weeks ago, Lorinda Cherie. What is the best way I have to change the way my man treats me? I read plenty of superb reviews on the net. Troplux. She can go. Amelia, dumbass nigga, got a new hobby. Sad. Amelia Harrell. Usually those are guys. Women don't come in with racial shit. That is so rarely happen. Elder Scrolls, why do you clown to me and call me crush boy? Well, answering my questions halfway. P.S. Those online pics look fake as fuck. Jovina looks old and you look funny. This is for low-life ghetto blacks that hate themselves. Fuck this whole fake game PUA shit. Savvy guy was right about the game is fake. And he ended up being following that savvy guy. Now he's turned into instead of a troll. And he's so sensitive, he thought I was clowning him. He's a snowflake. Yes, he's a snowflake. Damn, Elder. To think I wasted my time talking to this guy, trying to help him. He's so sensitive. I know Arab males aren't like white males and they ruffle the guy's hair. Say, it'll be okay, Brandon. It'll be okay, Biff, Billy, or whatever. I know Arab males are tougher than that. They're like black males. So for this Arab male to be this sensitive, and you other Arabs, listen to me. Listen to this motherfucker. I want to hear an answer from you guys. You guys that sensitive? You guys heard what I said to Elder Scrolls. And for him to come in like that, that's just some bullshit. All right, let's go ahead and delete all this. J-Love, you're not getting deleted. These were other people made comments, and then they made comments on them. So the original comment is here, but all the rest of them on the second page, you're gone, including you, Elder Scroll. I'm not going to waste my time on someone that's sensitive. I'm not going to waste my time with people that lie to me. I'm not going to waste my time on people that are sensitive. I'm not going to waste my time on people that are racial. Right now, someone's thinking, what about you? It's my house, my channel. I only talk about race. This says likely spam, nothing there. Yesterday, I talked about race when I was speaking to a fellow black person, how to deal with the dominant race. I keep my shit clean. I don't do the hate shit. I wasn't raised that way. When I was raised in the military, we all were integrated. And all of my friends, up until I was in my 30s, all my friends were white. Call me Uncle Tom if you're black, if you want to, but that's just the way it was. I never had a close black friend until I told Mr. Negative. And what did that happen? What happened with that? Chris changes girls like he changes underwear. I don't know why you want to be with him. And she ran right to me. Not that all black guys do that. I realize that, but seems like, goddamn, I've had nothing but bad experiences now I think about it. For my own race. Everyone I've let close to me has always not been about shit. Fuck. I have never thought of that like that. I'm not here to put my own race down. I don't have racial self-hatred. Let's just get back to the comments. And I'll be in the chat section in a minute. First, let me say good morning to the people that are in the chat section. New, easier moderation. Press the alternate key, pause the chat, then point to the message to delete. Block the user or take other actions. Let us know how this works. So Remo, all you got to do is press the alt key to pause the chat, then point to the message to delete it. True Enlightened, good morning. I guess afternoon where you're at, it's 9:44 where I'm at. Eric, good morning. Mario, good morning. Mario Good, good morning. 2 Marios, cool. Etavius, Emmanuel, what's up? Christopher, what's up? I'll be there in a minute. Derek, what's up? Sharmar, my brother out east, what's up? King 20, good morning. All's good with me, King. Derek, and I'll be right back. I want to finish up the comments. I stopped when I was talking to Veteran Soul. I was trying to tell you guys that I stopped in the middle. I'm old. I forget, and I do that kind of stuff, so forgive me. One of my students downloaded all the videos. He'd been downloading my videos the whole time. And when I lost that channel, he allowed me to download from his files all of my videos. So if you see a video with numbers on it, that's me taking my time out to re-upload these old videos. Okay? So if you see something with numbers in it and there's something you didn't like, don't flag the video. Just appreciate the re-uploads. If you're a Caucasian and I said something you don't like, don't flag the video. I never flag racist videos. I never thumb down videos either. That's just not manly. If I got something I don't like, I'm going to say something. Remo, yeah, Alfonso took a step back after that PM nonsense. Good. Bangura, amazing as usual. Thank you, Bangura. Stefan Evans. Even though I'm taken, and I didn't know that, I enjoy looking to your videos. I know a few people who could benefit from these videos. I have to share this under Nice Guys. I get a lot of beef from Nice Guys on that video. Of course, you guys know that they don't know the truth. That's the problem with them. They've been fed that Hollywood shit, that they can run across the field and the hottest girl on campus will run from the other side and they'll run in slow motion to each other's arms. And kiss each other. You guys know how to dance? Move like old school. My generation invented breakdancing. Angelo Magdaleno. It's confusing because you say one to find their market, but you maced on hella girls. Can a master pimp get girls from all market? I maced on hella girls. I don't understand Latin vernacular, ghetto vernacular. Does he mean I pushed off hella girls? Anybody know what he's talking about? Let me check the chat box. Looking for the meaning of the word maced. Anybody in the chat box here know? KR, do you know? King? What he's talking about? See, let me explain. My number one thing was go to a nightclub. Of course, I'm looking like black guy, bald head, shaved head, goatee, tough. I never went looking weak. And I looked at women that liked me, took them on the dance floor, danced. That's where I ruled. I keep saying that. Maybe one day I'll have to do a dance video. I think I have a video somewhere on my channel that some of you guys may not have seen. But anyways, women liked my look. So I was able to get, girls to give me eye contact. From there, as I said, I pulled them on the dance floor. I did my shit on them. And they wanted to go home. How could they not want to go home with this? I've got height, I had size, I had a good smile. So I pulled them home and I fucked them. I did all that shit I talked about earlier, all the metaphysical shit, all the mind fucking shit, all this how to make them come shit. They loved it and they wanted to sign up on the team. That's what worked for me, an African American, a minority, with mostly white women. Now, I went to white clubs. I didn't go to ghetto black clubs. If you're a black guy, think, oh, white women are easy. Go to the environments where I went to. Remember, I didn't have any black friends. I had white friends. So go to the environment I went to and try and pull white women from there. You know the white people in the background? So before you talk shit, know what the shit really was. Hold on, I'm thinking. I've shown photos of the environments I went to, just so this person knows. I don't know if I have any in here. Nope. Let's see. Family photos, my photos, clients, my kids. My son Christopher and myself before he went to live in Paris for a few years. I told you guys I was pretty small. This is how skinny I was after the competition. I looked like I came from another country because I tanned. I finally got the yellow on my chest to get dark. But that was me for the competition. I was actually, before the competition, I was in the pump-up room. Yeah. You had to dress a certain way. I don't have any game pictures. I did some modeling. I'm not even going to show that photo that looks faggoty. My son, Donnie. Notice how my son, Donnie, has a certain style to him, a certain attitude. This is why he pulls females. But he's a one, well, how do you say it? He's only the one chick, one woman man. He doesn't play the game. And that's why he's making about 19 grand a month now. Because him and his current girlfriend, they have a business. She helps him in his business. I'm really proud of my son, Donnie. He's got his mind on focus. He also followed in my footsteps. He used to be a manager at Valley Fitness. He got me the same coat with my name on it. And he's my stepson. So obviously I was doing something right. This was my girl, Susan. Let's see, who else was I fucking in this room? That's me. This is a performance we did. I can't see back there. There was a couple of girls in that room besides Susan here that I was fucking. And you see how skinny I was, which I would never do again. German guy that worked building rocket stuff or airplane simulator stuff. I went to a party with this guy, and it was Germans, nothing but Germans there. Not half Germans, not these watered down Americans, but real Germans. And blonde haired people talking about rocket shit. One guy was a what do you call it, Wolf pilot in the war. This old dude that was there. Okay, enough of that shit. Let's get back on point. When you're old, you kind of wander and meander about shit. So that should prove my point. Let's get back to the comments. I still don't know what mace means. I was trying to give you guys time to explain mace to me. Supreme looked like Wayne Head. Don't know who that is. I'm looking for Matt. Oh, maced. Matt on many girls. Okay. Let me see if I understand. Can figure this shit out now. He forgot the K. It's confusing because you say one to find their market, but I found my market. I don't like blondes. I didn't like blondes, but I fucked blondes because they were coming at me. They always would come up and want to touch my head because it's bald. I like actually girls with black hair, then brown. That was my favorite, but that was my market. Sometimes it was actually a lot of thick blondes too. That's my market because they're choosing. Your market is really what is feeling you, what's looking at you. That's your real market. You mind that, you'll never run out of pussy. Now, I know you guys have what you call your want market. I want 6 feet tall, beautiful model chicks. But they don't want a damn thing to do with you. So they're really not your market. That's just your desires. Okay? Know the difference. It's very important that you actually know the fucking difference. Junior, hey player, I was wondering if you could make a video. I've done that. Okay, looks like I've caught up, I think. Let's see. Celeste, I used to watch that show. Hilarious. Is the site called? Actually, I downloaded them from thepiratebay.org. Darren. Supreme, I've always gotten women with no problem, but in the rare instance where I don't have a girlfriend, I get fidgety that I don't have one. When I went through a period where I didn't have a main chick. I loved it. I'm sorry, I loved it. It took a while to get there, but I loved it. It felt free to me. When you have a main chick, she wants time. And I was always running, dodging, and skinning because I had a main chick. First, it was Susan, who I showed you. Then it was Sarah. Luckily, she was underage. Well, she wasn't 21. And you guys know the story of that also. So I was still going to clubs and still getting over. And she's also really stupid. The whole time I was with her, I was fucking. just fucking like crazy. Until this Mexican hairdresser went and told her that, you know, we had sex. She saw her at the grocery store, so I'm gonna bust Chris's game. Because I fucked her a few times and I tried to pass her off to my boy Craig. And yeah. So I was single and I enjoyed it. So don't worry about it. Is that a weakness? No, if you got women on your team, it's not a weakness. If you don't have women on your team, then you got something going on. I still get a lot of pussy. I guess I'm just looking for the right one. You know, in some ways I was too, even though it was part of my game. Angelo, if a girl calls one out on pimping, what should he do? Say, yeah, I'm a pimp. You come out and say, yeah, I'm a motherfucking pimp, bitch. Eric Wabash. I guess because I was messed up mentally. By the way, chicks usually know when a fella's pimping. And you sound like you're I don't know what your level of game is, what you try to do, but it sounds like you're trying to pimp on some square bitches. So you must be either play pimping or amateur pimping. And I said I would not talk about this kind of stuff. But one more word. See, this is why the game is it's a dog eat game, because pimps, all they do is steal from other pimps. It's hard to get a real turnout. But if you go to LA, you shouldn't have any problems. Not LA, but Las Vegas. You shouldn't have any problems. There's enough there to pick up. I guess because I was messed up mentally or just new to sexualized experiences. But when I first started having sex, I didn't like to wear condoms. I didn't start wearing condoms till the 90s. You guys have no idea how good pussy feels without a condom. It was because of AIDS. All because of the homosexuals and the druggies, at some level also. See, when a fucking homosexual comes to my channel and asks me why I have issues with them, every time I had to put on a condom, that's who I thought of. Thanks, motherfuckers. You guys brought back the Black Plague of the 2000s. Thank you. Going out in what they say, they went out in the jungle and fucked a monkey in the ass, some European dude. And you Europeans said, folks, you guys know you guys are the biggest freaks on the fucking planet. I'm not being racial, I'm being truthful. Now, who else has swingers clubs and furry people and all the weird shit? So, and then if you want to see some weird shit, watch that show, Gigolos. The weird shit people want these guys to do. Now, I know that they've gotten stories from some real gigolos and they're acting them out. But when I saw the guy and the bitch in the furry animal suit, I knew that they were doing some real shit, acting out real shit. So, thanks, gay dudes. Thank you. Now you guys got to wear condoms. It won't be until you actually get a girlfriend and you guys go through get your test done, that you'll be able to take off the condom, and then she got to go on the pill. But then you'll get to have the real connection. You'll be able to really connect to a woman. This whole thing has separated man and woman on a base level. See, you guys who are fag friendly, you don't realize what they've done to society. All because they couldn't keep their dicks out of another man's ass, another man's shitty asshole. Now we can't really connect to our women. They can't connect to us. We got a barrier between us. For someone that's on the energetic level, that was very hard for me. I had to find other ways to connect, and I learned to connect through my hands, through my body. But I love the feeling of feeling those walls. And then feeling the clamping, the smoothness of the skin inside there. Don't like feeling the bottom. I don't like touching the cervix. Some chicks, they had that wire down there. I guess it was birth control thing, that thing hurts. It sticks out of the cervix. That shit hurts. That shit I didn't like, but the walls and everything else, I like that. And now because of fags, the majority of AIDS came from fags. We can't touch our women the right way. Hell, we got to practically wear an entire bodysuit made of condom these days. I strap out like I'm ready for war. Yeah. Just want to feel the real thing. Yeah, exactly. But it's not worth getting STD. I never worried about STDs as much as I worried about AIDS. I'm fortunate, knock on wood. But I've only been with like 137 chicks. That's all. I could have did a lot more damage if I hadn't been as picky. Because remember, I went by feeling. And at times I made that mistake. I told you fellas, I would get flu-like symptoms the next day. Bad energy mix. I finally figured out it's because, I should have listened. And just because they were hot and choosing, but for me, I try to tap into the person. And I knew there was something wrong that I didn't like about them, but they were hot. So I fucked them anyway. And as I said, I would get that flu-like symptom for a day and then it would go away. There was nothing physically wrong. It was just energetically. And if you can't fathom that, don't worry about it. It's not your world. It was my world. 4-7 marks. As a half white man, I really don't like the racist message. The whole thing is lame, and I agree with them. But I was wondering, what he was talking about. I can see it now. Could see it then. I said, what's the other half? Whole race thing has bugged me for over 50 years. Imagine from my point of view. And he says a half Native American. Everyone thinks I'm white. I live in Toronto, Canada, and white women here love black men. And I asked him, are you the fellow thumb down this video? And what message are you talking about? And I said, well, my dad's pop was half white, half Native also. It took 2 generations to turn the family full black. My mom, dad's mom, and my mom. He goes, I love your videos, so I thumbed them up. Good. I meant the message from white supremacists. So I guess that means you're a little Native too. A little. Mom's side, my dad's side. A lot of blacks believe they have that. He's making fun of something, but I love her. Eric again. Supreme, just want to thank you for fixing my life. I was fucked up mentally, was scared, T9, to stand up for myself. Didn't know how to talk to women and was becoming very socially awkward. But now I just feel so good and relaxed. Well, why don't you put your real face up then, Eric? Are you even black? Wabash. Isn't that a Polish name? Stefan. I don't watch TV, just YouTube. YouTube can become addictive too. I went through that for a while. Every Friday night, I just had to be on, that's how I ended my days with YouTube. Now, let's see. Oh, get rid of this. I want to show you guys something. This is called Final Fantasy. It's a Japanese TV show. And I wanted to talk to our brother on here who's parents are from that country. This is the dumbest shit I've ever seen. Now, this guy, when he's a kid, he's the cutest little boy. I'm a grandpa. I love to see cute kids. And kids are the same all over the world. I don't care where you're from. Kids do kids things, like do that circle thing. Good little actor. And things, this is how Japan, I remember Japan too. Down the streets were all the shops. The streets look about the same size. Streets kind of narrow over there. But this is actually on Netflix. I thought it'd be a reenactment of the actual cartoon. It wasn't. So this is how I spend my time on Friday nights. This is before your time, and I was about 3 years old when this shit was out. But I always remember as a kid I could figure out who did it. And same thing. I love these old black and white TV shows and movies. I like looking at the women, what they're wearing and stuff, because they're all petite. They've got the smallest waistlines. To get on the show, you got to have a small waistline. But they also do not show any black people. What they've done is they've had a couple of people that were passing as white. And my hobby is to find them, pick them out. I don't know if they told the studio that they were black. I doubt it. If you could pass, you didn't tell anybody. I mean, think about the stigma of being black, what that meant in the 60s to these people, how they would look at you, how they wouldn't want to be around you. They totally whitewashed this entire show, and I'm still watching it. I just enjoy seeing the blacks sneak through. One was a woman, and another was a man. So I could laugh at Hollywood. Aha, you hired one after all. But that's what I spend my time doing, is watching old movies now. I don't spend my time on YouTube. I was into the van dwellers and stuff like that. I still watch Brian. He's the only one that I actually watch besides Bob Wells videos and Jamie. But that's it. There's 3 people. There's one truck camper that I watched when he comes out of the video, but that's it. Every now and then I'll watch a Cynthia G, or I'll watch a Professor Black Truth. Now him, I do watch. I'll say that. When he comes out with a pile of videos, I'll watch a few minutes or portions of them. After a while, I get tired of the rhetoric stuff, and I move on. But I want to hear his original message. And with Cynthia G, I'll go to hers, and will click oftentimes on her links, and I'll post on my Facebook account, my private one. Ace Ortiz, what happened with Matthew? That was SR9, I believe. And with SR9, he's probably watching, but I just announced that I'm not going to work with any blacks or people with quirks. I'm not going to work with people with sexual problems. People that can't understand that women do the choosing, or people that do understand it but still choose the whole chase anyway. I'm not going to work with any more people like that, because this brings me heartache, issues. SR9 knows the game but refused to apply the game. He let that woman punk him out. He caught her, his first girl, got sex happy. She dumped him. He crawled back to her. She took him back. In between the time he came back to the forum, he dropped the forum because didn't learn anything, and then came back, got dumped again, came back, and then for a month, and then just faded away. I hope he's successful in his career, though. J Love, nonconformists are like eagles. We fly high and alone, see more than other people see. And that's very true. And in the internet marketing world, there was a post about nonconformists. We don't conform to what the sheep conform to. All right. That's enough. Let's get back to you guys. I'll start at the top. Look for questions. Supreme, everywhere I go, girls stare at me, but don't ever smile. Why is this? I don't know. I think it's because I have an unapproachable face. Could be. I want them to smile at me. I want white people to like me and to stop killing blacks. But what we want and what we get are two different things. I want them to smile at me first so I know they are interested. That's nice. Nothing you can do about that. Except maybe change yourself and smile at them first. You ever think of that? Are you trying to be all pimp card, ice cold? Try being a human being. If you think I went through life being all ice cold, mean mugging, you know what I'm gonna do. Even I can smile. I had no problems smiling. I didn't go through life looking serious. That's my deer caught in the headlight look. Even then I was getting bags in my eyes because I wasn't sleeping. Fucking too much. But there's nothing wrong with a nice smile. That looks more like a grimace, but this is my cable for my cable TV. If you guys ever wonder what that was. There's nothing wrong with smiling, okay? This is when I discovered the power of leather coats. I noticed that, I didn't know this before, but I noticed I went, somewhere in the 5 years previous to this photo, I was going to comedy events, and I was taking the MAC makeup girl. Actually, her mother was paying for this shit because she wanted to go hear black comedians. And she would, get the tickets for us, and we'd go there. And I noticed that all the blacks came in leather coats. See, I hadn't been around my own people. And I noticed leather coats. So with my boy Craig, we went out and got some leather coats. And I noticed that when I wore them, with, garb like this, chicks responded well. See, I had nobody to teach me this stuff. I had to figure this shit out myself. And leather coats have a lot of power, fellas. There's something about leather and white women. I don't know if it works on sisters. I notice that sisters will have their leather coats as well, but unfortunately, I don't know my own people well enough to know if leather coats have an effect on them. But I know it does have an effect on white women. When you wear a leather coat, I think they're the ones who create that whole leather shit, the BDSM people. That's where BDSM comes from, is from Europeans and European descent folks. Swinging, it comes from them as well. One of my clients, she's 70 now. When she was a kid in Boulder, Colorado, in her community, they had something called the Key Program. And I think her parents participated in it. That's how she knew about it. But they would swap keys, and the husband would go to another family's house and fuck the wife. That's what America was doing. This is going back, she's 70. Okay, think about the time period then. So it has an effect on them. And I can't say enough about sisters because I haven't dated enough for them to do a case study. But white women, they love blacks and leather coats. It makes you look tough. And of course, it makes you look masculine. There's something about leather that gives a masculine quality. That's why you'll see in the European movies of the hero from the past, he'll be done up in leathers and a big sword on his back. Okay. Mario, chicks really rarely have the courage to smile at you. The eye contact should be enough. Step over. Thank you, Mario. I was going to say that. But also, give him a smile. Let him relax. You're so insecure, Mario, that you're running around thinking everybody's looking at you. All these girls should be smiling at me. They're all looking at me. That's some insecure shit right there. Just to let you know. I was shy at one time too. They're all looking at me. I got to hold myself upright so I can walk tall. Because they're all looking at me, of course. They're going to watch me walk across this club and ask this girl to dance. So I got to wait and hopefully sneak across so where nobody sees me. And that, of course, never comes. Christopher, what's up, player? This is spot on and right on time. You can't outplay a player, and you can't outsell a super salesman. I've been in the flow of energy, maximizing life, business, and the game. Tell me about that, Christopher. What's going on that makes you make that statement? I'll get down to it in a minute. Truly enlightened, Mario, you're probably staring at them and don't notice you're doing it. And they're probably staring back thinking, what is this creep looking at? That's a possibility as well. I know from experience. Good advice from Truly Enlightened. A lot of our weird behavior is activated on a subconscious level. True point. Derek Kelly, what's up? He asked Derek, why are you bald? Probably because he has early baldness pattern that some of us have, and he shaves instead. In your group, actually, there are Japanese that go bald. I've seen that. Somehow baldness is spread the world over. Anybody from Africa know if there are bald men out in the countryside where there's been non-European contact? Anybody know anything about that? I've wondered if it's a non-black thing that causes this. Because I don't recall ever seeing an African male that was balding. And I don't know enough about the continent to base an honest opinion on it. So that's why I'm asking the question. If someone from Africa could let me know. Also, notice how I ask for information when I don't know something. Christopher, I've actually just been quieting my mind and just flowing with the universe. And just listen to what the universe is saying. I've been pushing out my energy. Okay, let me give you an exercise that I did. Lay on your bed and tune into yourself. Tune into your energy. When you can feel the buzzing feeling around your body and your skin, I'm doing this to myself right now. When you can feel the energy that like surrounds your fingers, your hands, like I can right now. And then you want to feel it around your arms. Then from your inner perspective of your mind, try to feel your entire body. And give me a moment. You'll feel it when you snap in, you feel the snapping in of it. Okay, now take that energy. You have to replay this back. Hold on, I lost it. It's been a while. Okay, so you now tune into your base energy around you. Try to push it out into the room that you're in. I'm kinesthetic, so I have to feel it. You might be auditory. I don't know how to do that one. But if you're visual, visualize it pushing itself out into the room and surrounding the room that you're in. Now visualize it expanding into the building that you're in, around the building. Now, this is actually what you would do if you're doing psychic self-defense, defending yourself against other people's negative energy. You strengthen your aura and push it out to surround your property. If you're driving, you can do it while you're driving, to surround your car, but push it out into the building. From there, push it out into the street, the neighborhood that you're on. And you want to keep pushing until you surround your city. From there, of course, your state. And you push it to where you try to surround the whole planet. That's good exercise for you to try there, Christopher. And I don't normally teach this. Spur of the moment. So I see words, but let's try the exercise and then let's see what you have to say then. Let's see, Derek. Oh, no. Derek, are you someone that fought with the Truly in the past? No fighting today, fellas. Let's see, Christopher. Then the prosperity, miracles, manifestations. These are all the words that come out of the what do you call that community? New Age community. I'm not about their words. I'm about the reality, like what I just did. That was real. Tapping into my own energy and pushing it out, feeling. The things I did with energy, like putting my energy into women, that was real. Prosperity, miracles, that's all New Age philosophy stuff. Sharmar, fuck, hate that the USA is going down now because of that. I think he's talking about homosexuality. But the main danger in the USA are the white people who are racist right now and turn terrorist, doing terroristic acts. That's what's really bringing us down. I just saw that they're now putting white only stickers on businesses. That's the way America used to be. If you go back into America's past, you see the same shit, even against their own. See, that pulls it up. Yeah. Help wanted, no Irish need apply. No Irish need apply. No Irish need apply. Okay, against their own. We serve whites only, no Spanish or Mexicans. If you're Caucasian, this is your people's past. This is Irish. I don't even look at that. That's how they picture Irish. See the similarity between blacks and their faces. Anybody see the similarity? This is European. Notice the flat, high Frankenstein foreheads. So this is how they pictured Irish. This is black. This is white. This is why they would not let the Irish into the white club. Now, if you study anything about history, there were this group of people called the Fomorians. And apparently they were on the island of Ireland before whites got there. They were blacks. And these people believed that they interbred with the Irish, the people that landed there. And that's why these people were looking down on, the real reason why they were looking down on Ireland, why they drew them like this. Anybody see the similarity of the black face? You see the chin, the kind of what they call monkey features. And then go over here. Face comes forward. No rent. These were Americans, or the people that call themselves Americans. Yapping mutts, no Irish drunks, screaming kids. This is current. Wow. Still issues against the Irish. Whites only beyond this point. No dogs, colored, Mexican, Jews, Irish. City of Birmingham. July 12th, 1926. Now we can say that was a long time ago. Since then, they've let the Irish into the white race. They've let the Greeks into the white race. They let the Italians in the white race. And I don't know about Greeks, but I know the Italians, the Irish in this country, they're like the lap dogs of white supremacy. They got let in and they became super white. We're going to hate these darkies. We're going to kill these darkies. The Irish, they do it online. The Italians, they're in the police force. They do it in real life. How many times have we seen an unarmed black killed by an Italian guy? Or just average white dudes? No niggers, no Jews, no dogs. Sad. That's the real danger to America, though. Okay, when you have mastered a woman's mind and control it, you truly control the pussy. You sure do. I don't know where I learned that. There was no pimps to teach me that. I just kind of figured out on my own. I wish I had a teacher back then to tell me that shit. I would have learned earlier. I would have went for the goal earlier. But you do. And my goal is always to make them crazy about me. Crazy not in love, but just psycho crazy about me. To me, as I told Jovina, the sexiest thing for me, it's kind of twisted, is when they want to stab my ass, stab my black ass, like Latin chicks. That lets me know they really love me. Sharmar, you're right. What's up, Remo? You are still the mod, I believe. You're right. G20 and women look for that because Kings, I understand, Sharmar. It's all about how you come at a woman. It's so easy to get pussy, but you must control her mind first. See, I didn't do the mind first. I came in, tried to. Well, I loved up on the pussy, gave it pleasure, and then from there, her mind would open up. When a woman has an orgasm, her subconscious mind is wide open. Now, remember, I studied self-hypnosis and hypnosis in the 9th grade. And I also put out self-hypnosis tapes when I was 1920. So I know about the subconscious mind, and I just combined that knowledge to sex. And I realized that when she's having an orgasm, she's wide open for programming. That was the beginning of my mind fucking, developing the idea of mind fucking. I showed you guys the girl that I practiced it on. Oops, so get out of that one. Oh, here it is. The girl that I practiced it on that said, "You mind fuck me." By the way, I teach with pictures. I'm right-brained. That's why I always go get pictures. And also prove by what I'm talking about. I used to practice on her. And what happened? She became addicted. So after that, I was like, wow, let me do this some more. This was during the phase after I realized at the age of 29 that I would like to start talking to girls during sex. Otherwise, it can be kind of boring, at least for me. Doing all the activity. And I used to do, imagine she's laying vertical on the bed. I'd do horizontal, my dick in the pussy, like the letter T. I tried all kind of shit because I was real flexible. I could do splits. I tried all kind of positions. That got boring to me after a while. And then I wanted to work on, I was watching porn. I saw what they're saying. I said, nah, I don't do that. I want to talk, though. I want to be able to talk. So I started talking to women. And then by the time, I'm in my early 30s, I start, accessing the Chrome Dome. And I noticed, I started thinking, okay, hypnosis. This might be some powerful shit. And I started trying the shit. And it worked. There's this video called Nice Guys Keep It Moving. It's been around 10 years ago. Okay. Sharmar, nice guys. It'll fuck that MGTOW shit. It don't work. MGTOW, I didn't realize there was something to work on it. It's just about guys that give up on relationships with women. And they call themselves going their own way, but they make all these videos whining about women. So they're really not going their own way, but they're just guys that are upset at women and current society shit. Let's see, Derek. And that's where I got the Mac. Okay, got that. Let's see, what else we got here? King G20 Williams. Be observant in the club, watch the game. I have had women send me money and she was married. Sound like King got some game up in him. Sharmar, control if you're not talking that language. Forget it. You've been mute it out of the equation. Not sure what you're talking about, Sharmar. A little bit too urban for me to understand. Control if you're not talking. Okay, let me move on. Lesson times I'm shutting up. Brother, to my African-American brothers, if you could just speak clear English, because I didn't get a lot of ghetto language vernacular in me. I'm out in California. So I have to figure out what you're saying and then interpret it for the other folks like me, like white folks. Sorry to be an Uncle Tom like that, but I just don't have the experience or the exposure. There's no ghettos out here in Sacramento. We got black areas, urban areas, and I'm living in one. It's Friday night. If I'd slept outside last night, which I haven't done in a while, but I would have woke up to some gunshots. There's always some gunshots in this neighborhood. And then we get the fucking police flying over in their helicopters. I'm going to go inside because they're shining helicopters down my street. I had to, sneak back inside. And I sneak. Well, I wake up. I haven't done it the last 2 nights, but before that, I'm up at 1 or 3 in the morning. And I'll go outside and sit on the back of my tailgate of my truck. When cars drive by, I try to blend in so they don't see me sitting there thinking I'm trying to rob the place. Because I don't want no accidents happen when suddenly cop cars shoot up and lights shine on me. I don't want to end up dead. So I hide on my own driveway. Let's see, damn, 19 grand a month. Yeah, that's about what he's making, his gross. See, he has a huge gym and he rents out to other trainers. He charged them $700 a month. It is a franchise, so he's got a big franchise nut to pay, but also the rent to pay, the cost of equipment. But multiplies, let's do it here. 700. Last time I talked to him, I think he had 29 trainers. Yeah, that's about right. I said about 19,000. So it must have been 28 trainers. Crap, that didn't come out right. There we go. So he had 28 trainers. Now I believe his, you got to take off his, I think it's 3,000 or 4. Let me just use 4,000. That's to have the right to the name of the business, which I'm not going to share with you. Then take off his rent. Oops, I forgot to hit the minus. Yeah. So I was at, this is called 15,000. That's 12,000. Then take off the expense of the equipment, and that's about another 2 grand. So he's at about 11 to work with, about 11 grand every month. Of that, what he takes home, I don't know. There are other expenses of the gym, but he's making a lot of money. Christopher, inside my heart and feelings, I've been feeling the buzzing in my body from head to toe. That's not the buzzing I was talking about, Christopher. The buzzing I'm talking about, you got to tune into and open up your senses to feel. The buzzing you're talking about, were you shot in the head or something? Just kidding. J-Man, where is this? I don't know what you're talking about. Let's see, Christopher, as you mentioned in your books on how to push your energy. Oh, I did talk about that. See, I don't remember. So you can have a commanding presence when walking into a room. Yeah, I guess I did talk about it before. KR, I haven't been with sisters in years. I suppose to meet one tomorrow on POF. I know you don't have much experience with Black women. Yeah. Jovina, let me have my cord, please. Yeah. A couple of mulattoes and a couple of sisters. That was it. And this, what sucks, I'll put it in over there also, is that I love sisters. I love sisters on my own level, that is, I should say. I don't like ghetto sisters. I prefer not to deal with them at all. My ex-wife, she was on my level. Her father, at one time, was in the service. They went to England. We got Japan twice. God damn it. God fucking damn it. Europe would have been nice. But her father, actually, they were financially above us. Because my dad, after retirement, he just tried to get jobs, didn't work for him. He tried sales, that didn't work for him. He only income he had one time was what he made from his band. And back then, horse meat was going around to eat. And my parents bought in a package of strange meat one day. And I kind of thought it might have been horse meat. That's how low financially we were at that time. Then he got a job as a civil servant at the base, doing the same thing he was doing before, which is accounting. So we were middle class. We went to a decent school, Rancho Cordova area, Cordova High. We had food. We weren't starving like we were in the beginning. In the beginning, let's go to Misawa, Japan. My dad owned a motorcycle. He rode around the base. He chased women. And we were actually starving. My mom went to the base commander. He lost a stripe over that shit. And after that, he straightened up. I remember him dropping us off at this woman's house. She locked us in a closet. I have a scar on my upper lip, a circle. She took a cigarette and burned me with it. I remember screaming. And this other woman, I remember my dad bought us, it had batteries. It was a Boeing plane that would roll on the ground and flash lights. Then I remember him trying to feed us, and he made oatmeal, and I didn't like oatmeal. But basically, he was a low-level player running around chasing women. Maybe that's why I had this issue against chasing women, because it cost me a lot of pain in growing up. But yeah, low-level players do that. J-Man, when you say we have to master ourselves first to pimp ourselves or pimp ourselves first, I don't say pimp yourself first. What do you mean? What part of learning to master yourself don't you understand, Jay? What about mastering yourself do you not understand? I don't know what you're talking about, pimp yourself first. That's some nonsense you misunderstood. Maybe that's what's called your confusion. In fact, I don't use or even like to talk about pimp stuff anymore. Today is the first day I even talked about anything like that. Eventually, I'm going to get to the point where I don't even want to talk about player shit. So I'm getting tired of the player game. I started thinking, what damage am I doing to women out there, releasing you guys on them with what I've put out? Like my mind fucking. My how to make a woman come. I've been thinking about the damage you guys are doing. Remo, master yourself means physically and emotionally. Thank you, Remo. And mentally. You can't master another woman until you master yourself. That's what I meant by that. Okay? How can you, and I really hate these types, little nerdets come in here, I'm going to get his mind fucking. I'm going to be a master of women. And they're all weak and emotional. That's meant for someone that has learned to master himself. Damn. Let's see, where is this shit at? What the fuck? I've got a long ways to finish the show out. Excuse me if I don't get to your question. If I miss it, retype it. Supreme said ever time ago he used as a condom. He thinks of gays, such a savage. Supreme said every time he used a condom, is what he wants to say, he thinks of gays, LOL. Not every time, but I was pissed off. I was pissed off that AIDS was around. I had to use a condom because I didn't want to get AIDS. A lot of times I was too busy in the moment. Because if I thought of, that every time I had sex with a chick, it would spoil the mood. So it really wasn't every time. I was just trying to relay that the whole thing pissed me off. Just about every time. Like when I would sit around and having a cup of coffee, and I think, oh man, last night I really struggled. All because of that fucking condom, I would get pissed off. Fuck, man. Damn. How many people are here today? Okay. Let's get back to this. What is that comment about Poland? Can Poland into space? And he looks like a Polish guy saying that. Grzegorz. Except he doesn't have all the damn consonants that Polish people have in their name. They have those long names with a bunch of consonants and no vowels. King, be observant. Yes. Got there. Remo looked like Wayne Head. I don't know who Wayne Head is. King says, I'm back. I had a call. Didn't know you were gone. What was that about, King? Is that about your ego? I'm back. I had a call. Nobody knew you were gone, man. You trying to showboat? King, exactly. You have to put in the work. And oh, don't mess with low budget pussy. Only top notch pussy. Sharmore. Trying to catch up, fellas. Just give me a minute. Wayne Head was an old cartoon. Look it up. Okay. Oh, you trying to clown a brother, huh? You got jokes? Want a joke? Look in the mirror. King, he getting that money. Who was the most submissive race you've been with? Well, the white women are the most submissive, in my opinion. They've been the most submissive and the most easy to program. Yeah, man, you were skinny. Yeah, I was skinny. You got loyal in-house pussy is the best. Yep. And I can't stand females that tell on you. Uh-oh, something happened to you. Mario just came back from Vegas. Cool. There were hoes and pimps everywhere. Yeah. Vegas is a big spot for them. There's also what they call faggots. That's the renegade bitches that do it themselves without a pimp. Tons of them. They do the call girl thing. Some will work for the agency. Some do it themselves. They keep all the money themselves. King. Yeah, Vegas is where it's at. KR, pussy don't feel good without a condom. That's true. King, pussy feels so great. Hell yeah, pussy feels so great with a rubber. I've never found it to feel great with a rubber. I've tried lots of different condoms. The super thin ones were the best. You could kind of feel it, but I've tried the regular ones, and I've had them roll off, and I've had them break. They were just so fucking tight. I never used the magnums though. I just felt like maybe I'm not that magnum. I always thought the magnums for like 12 inches. I never bought them. So I was buying regular condoms that were too small for me a little bit. So I went for the thin ones. And sometimes, you can't get those damn things on. I should have tried the regular magnums without going, Magnum XLs. Or maybe I should have went to the Magnum XLs. See, I didn't know anything about condoms back then. I just went to the grocery store. No, it was actually the gas station, and started buying packs. When I finally started trying to use those things, and I figured out which ones. There was like a Durex one that I liked. That was extra thin. I had to be careful of the lubrication stuff on it because I've had women have allergic reactions to the lubrication shit they're using. Reba, I tried unprotected before. It wasn't great. she never got really wet. That might be your problem because of what you're doing to her. The one thing I noticed on the that Gigolo show is they ate pussy. And eating pussy will get a girl wet. I'm just putting it out there, Reno. If you got a girl that's not getting wet, you might have to do some extra things. King, when she grips you. Hell yeah, best. This one's talking about the walls. STD are, don't know what he's saying. KR, I don't want AIDS or STDs and a bunch of kids I can't take care of. So I wear condoms now. Good for you, man. See, I can respect that. The brother knows he doesn't want kids. Okay, open the door. Hold on, Jovini's gonna open the door. Listen. How about we get some WD-40 and lubricate those hinges?
We need to.
Yeah. Let's just do that. Work on that today.
Well, Manuel might have some last.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go get my eyebrows done.
You gonna take off the bushy eyebrows? I mean, you got eyebrows on your fucking eyelids, Jovina. That's just freaky. You Portuguese women, you guys could be some hairy motherfuckers.
Yeah, you know I'm not hairy.
I know. She ain't got an ounce of hair on her arms or legs. But Portuguese girls, man, they can be fucking hairy. I was with some that had, hair on their stomach and even a couple of chest hairs popping out. Brown-skinned, beautiful as can be, and ass for days, and damn, leg hair. Feel like a goddamn jawbone. We grow rough hair on our chins. Now, Jovina, my ex-wife, they have no hair on their arms or legs. That's what they have in common. Besides something else.
Oh, you mean you?
Yeah. The pain of knowing me.
Exactly.
What did she say the other day at the movies?
Bonded over that.
What did she call me the other day over the movies? Black man.
She called you a couple of different things. It's hard to keep up with her.
My son took us to see that Kingsman movie. It sucked. And she comes along also. It's kind of a weird, but they sit above us, we sit down below. And she always talks shit to me. And I always talk shit to her when I see her. And I call her Niglet. I pretend like she was so dark I couldn't see her in the movie theaters. Shit like that. Just to piss her off. But we had that kind of relationship. I always talk shit. I talk shit to Jovina. Girls I get closer, I always talk shit to them. And that's just the way I've always been. I've been trying to stop doing that type of stuff. In fact, I thought about last night. I was sitting there on the couch thinking, I really got to stop talking shit to Jovina like I do. Because it can be hurtful. And I don't know where I learned it at. I learned it somewhere back in my 30s, start talking shit to chicks, and I haven't stopped. I'm going to scroll down because it looks like you guys are just chit-chatting. Give a comment. Here we go. Supreme, I've got a topic away from women. Do you think young aspiring black men should surround themselves by a diverse of people? Yes. I feel like I'm going to have to cut out most of my friends. You don't have to cut them out. Just add more into them and try that for a while. You're fortunate that you're in England, and in America we kind of view the English at a higher status. Although I've seen the blacks in England, I know what you're going through. We have worse in the United States. At least your education is better than ours. Even your worst over there is more educated than the blacks over here. Sorry, brothers in the United States. You know how education is, especially if you grew up in the inner cities. Now, this is what I noticed. In the old days, blacks in the North were actually worse educated than blacks coming out of the South. Because in the South, it had a lot of black teachers in the schools. And those black teachers taught those black children. White women in the North or outside of the South, and I'm referring to actually the South I'm thinking of is Louisiana, where my ex-wife's parents came from. Her mom was very well educated, as well as her sisters and all that. My mom was educated in Seattle, and she can't even read a fucking book. But she had some brain shit going on, like my older brother. So the ones in the North, they don't seem like they're very well educated because it's inner cities. And they got to send these white women to these ghetto areas. And don't think those white women weren't scared to death to drive up in there, wondering about, if they're going to get robbed, get raped. That stuff they pour into white women's heads that, black males, all we do is rape. They don't tell them the truth that the number one rapists are their own people that look like them. So do you think they're going to do a good job of educating in these inner cities? I think KR is from an inner city. I know that Charmar, inner city, Philadelphia. Charmar, what's a quasar? Don't Google it. Just answer the question, what is a quasar? And that will show you the quality of education that goes on in the inner cities. So the G breaks it down to the T. Supreme, a couple of products I'm going to get from you in 2 weeks, because great things, sometimes you get caught up, lose weight, and need simple redirection to get your in style. Leather coats are a staple in New York City, unless you're hood and wear Pele leather. Remo, I'm non-fashion. Jovina just left to get the bushes on her forehead. She don't have bush, but she has little hairs growing in. Kara says, Pele jacket still exists. I haven't seen that since the 90s. I don't know what a Pele jacket is. Yeah, they definitely do. Okay, so let's see what a Pele jacket is. Yeah, my keys are sticking. Fuck. That much money? So these are the ones with the big letters on them. Pele. I don't get it. These are like biker coats. I think it's kind of cool, but I like this shit. Not sure if I would actually wear on the sleeves and shit, especially the word Pele. That'd be a turnoff to me. But I've seen these coats out here in Cali. I haven't seen the word Pele, but I've seen this style of coats on blacks. And it's usually the black bike gangs out here. And I don't mean in a bad way to say gangs. They have riding gangs out here in the California. People like to get together on their bikes and ride. I think you guys saw the video coming out of LA where the black bike riders do all the show shit. That's what my sons got into. My son Donnie lived in LA. Both him and Tracy, they both ride bikes. As you guys know, Tracy had girls buy them motorbikes. In fact, he should be teaching my classes. So he went beyond me. I still haven't seen the words. I don't recall seeing the words Pele. Last time I saw one of these coats, I was at a Portuguese hall crab feed. And there was a group of blacks I sat at the table with. And a couple of them had the big coats with all the flashy shit on it. And they worked for a grocery store, but they did ride bikes, motorbikes. So do they ride bikes out there? Is this like a biker thing, or just people think it's cool to wear them? That's interesting. Look like a fur wrap around there. It was a hood. It is a hood. Okay, never mind. Down DC area, we rock Hele Hassan. I won't even ask. Real says, never heard of that. I've never heard of it either. They are expensive ski jackets similar to North Face. Sounds Arabic. Arabic manufacturer or type dude that created them. They don't look that special to me, bro. Excuse me, bruh. The new terminology. What's so special about these fucking coats? I don't see anything cool about them. Ski jacket. Christopher, inside my heart and feeling, I've been feeling the buzzing in my body. J-Man, should I lose it? Yeah, I've read this already. Remo master yourself physically and emotionally. Let's see, emotional control situations. Yeah, that's been done. Michael Nolan, what do you think of Tinder? I think it's full of cheap, superficial people and cheap dudes that run there looking for quick hookups. Remo says Tinder's for hooking up. It used to be. He goes, but it's changing to another relationship app. It already has changed. I worked with a guy for, it was like 5 months, and that's all we would run into. And the women weren't giving up instant pussy. It wasn't until we introduced some mind fucking that he got laid. KR said, I've never been with Latino women. I love Latino women. Sorry to you Latinos out there. I done fucked your women and I done fucked the half Latino women. Both of them I love. I love that brown skin, those black eyes, and that black hair, and those faces. I've rarely seen a Latin woman that I didn't think their face was, when they wear their makeup, wasn't attractive or cute. Yet. I haven't been outside the house in a while, but I like them all. And then they're so passionate. They have such big hearts, and they love so deep. And those lips. The girl that ratted me out. Now, she had really nice legs, but she had small boobs. But she had the face and those lips. And kissing her was joy, brothers. The sex, the way she fucking moaned. We did a video. I got it somewhere in the house here. It's on some type of, they don't have that kind of camera anymore, but fuck. Latin women, brothers. You got to have one. It's like it's a cultural thing. Because Latin dudes are like just like that as well, but it translates into neediness and clinginess and insecurity. And Latin chicks are very insecure. They're extremely insecure. They don't want you to look at nobody else. and they get jealous like a motherfucker. Michael Nolan, I get matches on Tinder, mainly of most cute chicks. It's odd. Talk to him. One hot chick agreed to meet up with us. Us? Why is there an us, Michael Nolan? Why is there an us? You can't go anywhere without your boyfriends to hold your hand? So I never bothered, as it was old photo when I was lean. I guess if I want that market, I better get lean again. Why don't you put your current photo up there to see what happens? And I know what you're saying, because my photos aren't my current photos on my profile. Even though I was like 260 pounds in the photos. But the main one I use is that one of me in the jacket. I'm like 220, 215, 220. The Unbreakable, she was crying at the end. I have no idea what he's, oh, here we go. P.S. I broke up with my main a couple of weeks back because I need to focus on the competition. Wow. Really? I won it, but now I'm wanting my main back. I remember when you said this about a week ago or something like that. And I started thinking about that later on. Like, I thought you just stopped talking to her for a while. I didn't know you actually, somehow I was thinking, did he really break up with her? Over a fucking competition? So you broke this woman's heart over strutting on a stage, butt naked practically, to show off your muscles with a bunch of other dudes. I know you said you wanted to focus on your competition. The things she could have did to help you if you had put her ass to work like a pimp. Instead, like a simp, you did some simp shit to me. I did say congratulations on your competition. I don't think I focused on. Congratulations again on your competition, but I hope you and I never become friends. You know, friends like you, hey, who needs white trolls? And now you're saying she was crying at the end of the call. She said to call her if I needed an ear to listen. I want to go see her face to face so I can get her emotions going and get her back on my team. What are your thoughts? Well, I think you're pretty fucked up to do some shit like that, to be honest with you, Unbreakable. I think that's some fucked up shit. I'm sorry, that's some fucked up shit. You actually booked it for a fucking competition. I can respect your drive and your focus that I gotta win this, but damn, brother. Wow. And this is one of the problems I'm having with a lot of males is the cheap superficiality shit. I don't know what to say. Because the reason why I'm saying this is because now you're trying to go back to her. I thought she was, fucking up your shit, fucking rocking the boat, and, being a bitch. And if that was the case, then she deserved to be broke up with. And if she was like that, and you want to go back to her? Fucking up your shit, rocking your boat? So I'm confused here. Either you were one of, a prime asshole, or maybe she was a bitch, and you're innocent, and you want to go back to that. Or if you're the prime asshole, damn, brother. Really? Really, you can't be serious. I think he's serious. What? A jiu-jitsu competition? Winning bodybuilding? See, I could see it was Some guys are weird about their bodybuilding. They're so weird when they get on stage, but by the way, fellas, they got a little pup tent in front. They've been on the juice, they have no dicks. So they got little pup tents poking out. I've seen that in competitions I've been to. They're so amped up and weirded out over the shit, they got a hard on. But a jiu-jitsu competition? By the way, that's worse. I don't get it. Done break. I don't fucking get it. Okay, well, let me answer your question. If she wants to talk to you on the phone, go see her in person. What are you scared of? If you could fight other dudes in jiu-jitsu, what the fuck are you scared of a woman for? Do I do the boxing, jiu-jitsu? PS. Okay. I compete in both. Okay. Wait a minute. You fell for that old shit where they don't let the boxer have sex before the competition, before a fight, right? And your dumbass said, well, I'll break up with her. No, you tell her I can't have sex before the competition because you control the relationship, not her, right? Michael Nolan, jiu-jitsu is important, but not that important where you actually break a woman's heart over it. I'm not scared. I wanted guidance. So you listen to someone and said don't have sex, and you took that as to break up with your girl, to break her heart, to needlessly cause emotional pain. Okay, go see her and explain to her why you did what you did. And so the next time you have a competition, you create something better. That's what you want to do. Is create a better way to handle that situation. That way, you ain't pussyless. Michael Nolan, I studied martial arts before you were born, okay? I started studying martial arts in one of the sun sources of it, Japan. Where's jiu-jitsu from? Japan. So I know how the importance of jiu-jitsu, and I actually prefer Aikido over jiu-jitsu, although Aikido rose out of jiu-jitsu. So I know the importance, okay? A competition is not that important where you got to break up with a woman. Either you're a fighter or you're not a fighter. Period. Now, just think if his mind had been clear and his woman was on the side rooting for him, how much better he would have fought. If his mind wasn't in the back of his mind, he was thinking about his girl. Either you're a fighter or you're not a fighter. Either you have the ability to pull yourself into the awareness of now or you don't. And I agree. Shamar says you should let her give you support. I agree. And I don't want to know why he didn't. I asked him if he read somewhere how boxers don't have sex before a fight. So I'm waiting for his answer. I already gave him the answer to his question. Go see her. Explain. Thank you, PS. I'm undefeated in jiu-jitsu and boxing. Want to fight in MMA ultimately. I became obsessed with this shit, and now I'm fucking up. Exactly. You became obsessed. So what I want you to do is get in MMA and kick that Conor McLeod's ass, or Conor, whatever his name is. Conor McLeod is from the movies. Martial arts learn you to fight. The whole thing of not having sex before a fight is to not drain. I already know that there, Michael. But thank you for that anyway. Remo, nothing wrong with being obsessed, but there needs to be a balance. Sharmar, he fuck up Supreme, yeah. Of course, Michael's gonna give me the guy's real name, Conor McGregor. Thank you, Connor. I mean, Michael. Conor McFuckboy. Well, you got to give him credit. He's now the biggest name out there. Michael, what do you think of the fight? What did you think of the fight? You knew he was going to lose, right? You didn't think he had a chance, did you? And don't come back and say if it had been MMA, the brother would have lost. It was boxing, stick to boxing only. He was the amateur boxer at best. McGregor is biggest in UFC so far. Yeah, he is. And that fight put him at the top. He's actually now ranked as one of the most influential people on the planet. Jamin, I thought Floyd was holding back to give. I thought so as well. In fact, I know it. He let him get some tags in. He danced around a bit. It was a big purse. He wasn't like I got an itchy back. The ear biter dude that would knock people out in the first round. He actually puts on a good show. But it's a show. Kara says, I saw the fight. It was interesting. McGregor didn't have the wind to beat, nor did he have the power to knock him out. Remo, Christopher, you play in tournaments? The Unbreakable. I would have sex with her during first week, but not as frequently. She started questioning if I was cheating on her and all this shit. This is in the middle of my water cut, so my mind wasn't, gotcha. Wasn't clear for shit, so I broke up with her. Explain it to her. Now, when a man makes a mistake, he apologizes. I just accused one of the members on my forum of lying to me. And I publicly said, if I'm wrong, I will apologize to you. And I will do that. When you're wrong, apologize. In boxing, it was good to watch. His boxing style was different to average boxer, though he lost was good to see them. His boxing wasn't nothing special. Mike Tyson was an animal, though. Thank you for reminding me of the guy's name. I don't know why I couldn't think of it. It's an old age thing. I go through periods where I can't think of certain words. I got one pair of, he's talking about me? Titties. Those called moves, motherfucker. Remember when you come in talking shit? When you come in talking shit, you don't get a voice anymore. Let me show you how easy that is to do. Wow, he's using another person's face. Who does that? Okay. When you have large pecs and you gain weight around your pecs, I've always had large pecs. That's one area I never had to build. Okay, let's get back to this shit. Appreciate again, P.S. I'm dropping by her place. Like, good. Man up and getting her back on my team. Good. Explain to her. Just tell the truth. Don't break down and start crying, though. Keep your manhood. Michael Nolan, too much ejaculation causes a waste. I learned that in high school there, Michael. I've talked about that because I was a whack-off king, and I realized it reduced my psychic or organic or inner energy, however you want to phrase it. Remo, no, I just go to LA Fitness and play against the other players. Okay. Let's see. This is suspect to look at another man's body. Yeah. Well, he was looking for something, a weakness. And since I've been losing weight, I'm getting moobs. Well, I had moobs before, but now I'm getting moobs, empty. And the skin will have to tighten up and reduce itself around my pecs. Transition. I know it's going to happen. It just is. Remo, Supreme, as I've gotten experience in New York City, I realize how erratic the nightlife is out here for me. Erratic? Tell me about that. Sharma, fucking trolls trying to fuck up the forum. It's so easy is to delete them and they never get another voice. KR, when you whack off too much, I mean, yeah, he was looking closely at my body. When you whack off too much, you lose the drive to fuck women. I know from experience. Exactly. That's why I don't want you guys to, who aren't getting women, to use internet porn. Looks like I've caught up. If I've missed your question, you got 1 minute to put it down there at the bottom so that I can go off. They're putting water meters in the buildings out here, the homes out here. So we have to move. We have to move our car around noon. It's now 11:26. So I'm gonna just go to my mom's. I haven't seen her in a couple of weeks. And Jovina, I think she's gonna go to her mom. So I got to end the show.
Yeah, before 1 o'clock.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. We got to have lunch first. Jay, man, were you awkward when you first started going to clubs? Yes. I talked about that before, how I would stand on the side and I would talk to myself. I would tell myself, okay, next song, I'll go out there and I'll ask that girl to dance. And that time rarely came. By the end of the evening, I would make my way across the room and ask, would you like to dance? So I was very, very awkward. House music came out, allowed you to skip around on the floor by yourself. So I started going to house clubs. But by then, I'd actually gotten good. So I was okay. Just that it was a different genre of music and different type of people. I don't think I was ever successful in a house club. I don't recall ever being successful in an actual house club. I did go to a certain club that they had house, sets. That actually looks like they're here. They had house sets, and I have picked up girls from there. I picked up girls in San Francisco, Los Angeles, and they play the music. They go to a house set, they go to a hip hop set, that type of thing. So never been successful in a pure house event. I've been to raves. It's just that I'm not a druggie. I don't use back then there was a drug that came out called E. I picked up a girl at a nightclub. She had some friends. We went back to their place. They sat there. This is pre-graphic stuff. And they watched this graphic building itself. They all were staring at the TV set, like mesmerized by the layers that the graphics would put on itself. It like self-built itself on the TV set, and they were on E, and I just didn't get it. I don't do drugs, didn't do drugs, barely drank. So I took my date and we went to my place and I fucked the shit out of her. I didn't see anymore after that either. But the guys that were doing that were airplane mechanics on the air base, McClellan Air Force Base back then. And I'm thinking to myself, damn, it's a wonder that these planes don't fall out the fucking sky with these dudes. I mean, these were real airplane mechanics on the base, you know, all high as fuck. Oh, shit. More shit came in. Back to my nerd look. Sharmore, I know that New York City Life Club, New York City Life is the bomb. Remote, these venues are erratic, that sometimes it's really good, other times really shitty. We have that out here. For the average clubs, not the hot clubs we don't have hot clubs anymore. Actually, I don't know. I'm not in the scene anymore. And my son Tracy, he used to be in the scene, but he's not anymore. So I don't know. I'm sure there's like a new club opens up and it stays hot for like a year. I've got to plug back in the scene, see what's going on in Sacramento. I've heard of any new clubs opening up. All I got to do is check the Sacramento News and Review, and they, you know, have all the different happenings in town, see what's hot. But back in our days, we had the hot clubs, they stayed hot. The average clubs, they hit and miss, depending on what day it was also. I believe California is so desperate for entertainment that even the average clubs would get a line. And the clubs out here are complete shit. Outside New York had the bomb-ass clubs. Now, I was in San Francisco. In San Francisco, bars, like you were talking about, those two school teachers I picked up at Burning Man, they lived in San Francisco. They were roommates. And instead of going to a club, we went down there. This is when Craig finally got to fuck his. I fucked her and I fucked mine in the RV. But we went down there and they took us around the corner to their place and down the road a ways to a bar. And the bar had music and people, you know, lots of people coming in. And I think that's what you do, is you go to the bars. And I can see that. Fly Bacchus, Player Supreme. It is very important to learn how to. Is it very important to learn how to dance in a nightclub? It is, in my opinion, it is your lifeblood of your game in the nightclub. Now, Jovina, she knew a guy that couldn't dance. Jovina?
Yes.
Antonio?
Oh, yeah.
He couldn't dance?
He had very basic moves, like what you teach the guy, the step touch.
Step touch?
Thing. But he hardly ever danced. I mean,
Did you say he was half Puerto Rican too?
Yeah.
He should have had skills off the ass, but this dude,
Yeah,
I'd never seen him on the floor. He just standing around talking to people.
He didn't know how to dance, and he was self-conscious about it, so he just.
He was self-conscious about it.
Around and do other stuff.
Yeah. Okay, so me and this motherfucker, I was going to say the N-word. Sorry about that. Our paths have crossed by girls who we done both boned. That's why I like fresh meat. I don't like meat that's been ran over by every motherfucking dick in the club. Jovina.
What?
You heard what I said. I like fresh meat. You know, I didn't want a chick that every mother N-word been trying to get.
It wasn't like that for me and you.
I know it wasn't like that for you, but I don't like I don't like knowing someone that you have been with.
Yeah, well, how
You
many
know?
times did you not tell me there was somebody there that you had been with?
But you didn't know them.
Yeah, but you told me after the fact. It's like you did point out.
Well, I was going to warn you because it's going to be mean mugging you. And that's what they did, right?
Yeah, well.
Yeah. So I warned Jovina, okay, you know, you're going to get mean mugged by this girl because I fucked her. I didn't pull that many girls from that club I met Jovina in. but the ones I did,
Because you did a lot of different clubs.
yeah, I went to a lot of different.
That was the spot we
clubs.
went to.
Let me see. I'm gonna count the number I pulled out of there in my head. Let's see.
Oh, don't bother. You have to count on your toes too, I'm sure.
You know, you're right.
Oh, good thing.
I hated going there because I realized this is the end of my game. It was an older club, and I told Thomas negative, you know, he wanted to go in there and check it out. And I said, no, that's a club where, you know, old blacks wear white shoes, and it was like old dudes, and I wasn't ready to accept my age at that time. And so eventually I realized, you know, when this one dude, I was at this club way out in Roseville area, where the club was outdoors. He looked at my ID and said, damn, you're old as dirt. And I was only 40. I was 40. And I realized I was getting old then. And I thought about my dad. My dad, you know, he played music. And eventually his genres dropped down to just where these old dried up fuckers his own age were going to. The old on their canes practically. They got walk in their canes and they stand around the cane and diddy bop a little bit. And that's their dance. And they walk off. And I saw that and I realized every game at that point has a season to it. And when it's your time, it's time to retire. And that was the retirement club where I went to find someone my own age to be with. And I went there, I did my old shit. I started pulling ass out of there. And it wasn't the right age. Like Tanya, she was 28. But it does irritate me that, you know, a couple of players got at my shit. Because I like my shit to be untouched by other players. Fly Baka. Player Supreme is very important to learn. So it's very important to learn how to dance. And that was one of my leg ups. Now, when I started going to, and that was the first black club I go to. I went to. I didn't go to black clubs. And that's another reason why I didn't want to go there. Also, Thomas was negative. He didn't want to be, he would say, you know, a room's too dark. We went to like, it would be like a regular club where, let's say out in Citrus Heights where all the white supremacists went, and there'll be some blacks in there. It's too dark in it for me, man. I wasn't that bad. But I didn't want to go to what I call black clubs because the white women in there, they could, some of them are the type that only do black dudes. And what I ran into that type in there, and I wouldn't fuck them because I know every N-word in town been up through that shit. And I'm not down for that. Are they here? Yeah. What's up, man? Will?
Well, when they do the water on off, after they turn it back on, he's gonna want us to so that the debris that gets in there.
Growing a beard, fellas.
It's not loose. To turn on the tub for a while, just so that the smaller stuff doesn't get plugged up. Well, if you guys aren't here, I'll do it for you.
I'm taking off. I'm going to my mom's.
I'll just have to come in and turn on your tub.
I'm going to my mom's.
Just to get the larger debris out. Okay. Because
Debris?
well, because when they do this, they may put a little debris into the.
Oh, they're going to open up the pipes.
Oh, yeah,
and all that.
they're opening up the pipes. They're putting a meter on the feet.
Yeah. Okay.
They're going to be metered now.
In California, we're going to be metered so that they can watch what kind of water we have. That means our lawn's going to turn yellow. You know, the rich houses, they're going to get all the water they need. Us in the normal houses, we're going to be metered. Why are they doing this?
To meter the.
No, why are they putting meters on us?
To start charging, if we start overusing water, we're going to start charging.
They're going to charge for
Water's been free in California.
Yeah, they're going to charge for usage.
We got tons of water. If we didn't ship our water down south, when they built that fucking canal, we had all the water we need.
That's just it. We ship it all down south.
You know,
Fuck them. Let LA suffer. I don't want to pay.
I know. They're in my backyard right now. They got it all dug up. They got all. But luckily, they didn't have to move my shed, or they got it like dug under my. Oh yeah, it's.
Under your shit?
Oh yeah, up under my shed, and that whole area is just there's big hole right now.
All right.
I'm sorry. I hope I didn't get me. They wouldn't have me go back and look. No, I didn't get me. All right, I'm sorry, guys.
Okay, bro.
So the water will be off in a little while.
Okay.
And maybe out for a couple hours.
I can't take a shower.
We're gonna be gone.
Not bad
Okay,
today.
guys. All right.
Please.
Sylvester, you wanna go inside?
Come on, fat bastard.
Sylvester, outside dead.
No.
He sleeps next to me every night.
Has he been-
Jovita hates it because she has to clean his cat hair up. But
Shit.
he does the fast walk.
You know, when you guys are not here, he's always wanting me to let him.
Let him in?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, let him in. You can let him in.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right, I'll talk to you guys later.
He wants chicken.
He's going straight to you.
Yeah, he squeaks at me. He wants chicken.
Walker.
This cat is a fat cat, fellas.
Come here, Bo. Come here, Bo.
I feel sorry for him. Go get it.
He acts like I'm not giving him enough.
There you go.
That's enough. I'm not gonna give him all.
Sorry about that. This is a household. Supreme, how do you get over the fear of big muscular bouncers at the club? I'm only 5'9". You have a fear of bouncers? Jonas, what kind of weird shit is that? Are you black?
Who fears? Hey, you go eat that.
Juliana. I'll put it back in the thing if it doesn't eat it. Fear of bouncers? What kind of weird shit is that, man?
I don't.
They're there for your own protection. You have nothing to be afraid of them. Why would you be afraid of? They're not like the police. They're not going to beat you up unarmed or whatever. I've done that work. Bouncers are there for your protection to keep other 6'6" dudes from fucking with you. Okay? Stop weirding me out, fellas. Fill off the clubs off the bandwagon, Sharmar says. The hood clubs I went to, I was extremely cautious. Yeah, see, I didn't want it to deal with low ghetto life. Also, I don't want to pull low ghetto women, although they've got the best bodies, the biggest, fattest ass, the little waist. Oh, fucking A, man. Yeah. That's the thing I love about black women. I always look for white women that were built like sisters. And I should have just been going for the real thing. Why take the imitation when the real thing is out there? But I don't want to have to deal with the ghetto mentality. Like, if she was smoking weed, I had a girlfriend lie to me about smoking weed, and I treated her like shit after that. Susan. She smoked weed to deal with me, she said, to be able to tolerate. I was openly dating other girls in front of her ass. Christopher, when stepping into the game, what were your expectancies to become player supreme? I didn't have any. I had no goals, no direction. I just fumbled along the game. That's why I was in my 40s before I became a supreme player. Yeah, I was good, damn good. But the concept of actually, when I reached that, I told you about levels of game, pimp, Mac, already was macking. So I reached that top level in my 40s. If someone had been there to coach me, I would have been there in my 30s, early 30s, been through that shit, done with it, settled down, been focused on the rest of my life. I didn't have a coach. Sharmar says, I would fuck women on the dance floor. I never fucked anybody on the dance floor. I finger fucked them. This one chick. In fact, she was the chick that Thomas Leggett said he changes girls like he changes underwear. He said that to her. And I met her at America Live. Then I went out to the white area. I talked about Orangevale or Citrus Heights. I mentioned that earlier. If you're in Sacramento, you know what I'm talking about, off Green back there. Sunrise Mall. There was a club out there. In fact, the photo of me, of Craig, and Thomas Negative and I, that's at that club. I'll have to find that photo to show you guys. Anyways, she showed up there looking for me, and I made her dance with Thomas and I did it. I used to like to sandwich girls between two brothers, and you know, we did freaky shit to him. I do freaky shit to him. Thomas Nate, he did his normal type of dancing, and I like to grab girls and, you know, gyrate, do the body roll up to them, put their ass on my hips, spank it, go down, all that shit, the jiggle or stripper shit. And it was something sexual about two black dudes sandwiching a white chick that those white people of that area liked. So I like put on a good show. And then I made her, I kissed her, and then I made her kiss Thomas again. And he thought about, ooh, I shared a spit with you. So anyways, I dropped her after that. Being old, I have a lot of memories to draw on. And that's why I'm trying to get you guys out there so you have memories when you get to my age to draw on and have fun. And when I think about some of the fun stuff that I did out there, had fun with, another white club was Mace's. Mace's was the ultra rich of Sacramento. There's a guy named Buzz Oates. Google his name, Buzz Oates. He shows up with his females. He's trying to get me to go back to his place to fuck the white women in front of him. I didn't do that. I didn't do what's it called, where the black guy fucks white women for the master. There's a it's old age now. Mandingo. I didn't do Mandingo shit. There was this female that would always watch me. Craig and I would go there. We would sandwich girls in front of these rich white people. And we had this one chick that was she was a player. We had a symbiotic relationship. She had a convertible. We'd roll up to the club with her, and we would sandwich her. She did that so she could turn on the rich guys in the club. Also, prostitutes showed up there because Arabs would show up there. And this one chick that I made, she was a prostitute. I made her kiss my boy Craig in her car. She told me that, you know, Arabs were the biggest tricks at that point. Anyways, the sandwiching thing would turn on these old white guys. I didn't know anything about Mandingo shit. As Grease was explaining to me, how he was at a Mandingo party and this white man pulled him aside and pulled his coat on, you know, why white guys would, you know, they would take the white women into the bedroom and they would open the door and peek around the corner, seeing their wives get fucked by these big black dicks. And somehow it just turns them on and they get all nutty, and I guess they probably jack off outside. I don't know what they did, but he talked about that. If he ever gets out of wherever he is, the islands out there, if he's alive, I'll try to get him to, you know, do a show on it, on why. But it's gonna make white guys upset on this channel. What these older white men had to say, you know, about the power of the black dick and black men and shit like that, and it's not good for their egos, and they'll thumb down the video and they'll start trolling my channel. So I don't want to deal with the bullshit. In fact, let me finish the show so I can get out of here. It's a praying Kitty Coke ruined some of my friends. One is dead. Other has had now missing organs because of it. What is Kitty Coke? So is that like Coke? You know, is that what you're talking about? You jelly? So he's talking about fuck women on the floor. The girl that I was mentioning, I figure fucked her at Miracle Live. And I got her orgasms because I knew how to manipulate the girl's clit. I shit on a dress, and that club was packed, and I'm up close to her and doing my shit, you know, body rolls and stuff like that. And I reached my finger down there and start finger fucking her. I don't know what made me do it. I don't know why. I guess because I know I had it in my control, but I knew I could probably get away with it. If she had stopped, I would have stopped. But, you know, I reached under and threw her panties and found the clit. And the pussy was wet, so I got some pussy juice and started stroking the clit. And boom, she got off. And the shame of it all, I don't remember her fucking name. Fly Baca. James, there is only one game. You jelly. Kitty Coke. I don't know what it is. Jamaica didn't get hit by the hurricane. Okay. Supreme, do you have any products, videos, posts on Pretty Boy Game? Nope. I'm not a pretty boy, James. D4. Sorry, man. And I see your photo. Notice how the brother's dressed, the coat and the button-down shirt. Look at his image. That is Pretty Boy Game. But notice how, if you ever watch that show Gigolos, these guys aren't exceptionally handsome. The guy that's called Bradley, he's like 5'5", but he wears a suit, and women love that shit. He's always tab. We call guys who are well-dressed tab. She's on point with his dress game. He's got that shit on lock. I'm still worried. I'm not sure. I don't know. Because I know that there's no Wi-Fi out there. I don't know. I'm still worried. I've actually had dreams. I'd wish shit had worked right for him here in the States, so he didn't have to retreat to Jamaica. Christopher Birdma wearing a three-piece suit is more for nice upscale lounge and cocktail parties. Now, I'll put on a suit in a nice upscale club, but I won't have a vest on. Yeah. I'll have my button down open. And that's the look that I like. That's more of a jiggle look, by the way, than the vest. Having a vest on it. But Christopher Williams, like a Miami Vice look. A lot of stuff came out of that show, Miami Vice. In the TV world, because I was studying TV production at the time, they started using something called jump cuts. Before that, if you look at the old TV shows, they always faded to black when a scene was over. But now they started jumping around. And scientists were postulating what would happen to youth growing up on this quick flash of images. And what they were postulating came true. You guys have short attention spans because of that one show that started it all. That show is famous, besides the fact that it was a popular show, for that. They introduced the jump cuts where they jump around. How many guys get bored within a couple of minutes with a scene? That's the reason why. You're raised on that. And then everybody started doing it. If you watch shows like Perry Mason, going back to 1962, I'm actually on 63 now. Still no blacks. You see they fade to black. They do a whole scene. And then when the scene's done, it goes to black, comes to the next scene. Chris has his suits are jet black. He'll have his best dress shoes on, nice watch, small chain. So he makes his outfit pop, have all attention on me. And that's the way it works. I didn't wear suits. I never wore a blazer to a club. I didn't realize its importance till towards the end of my game. I talked about the guy nicknamed Stripper Boy. Good looking, taller, thinner brother. He would just wear a long shirt buttoned down. Sometimes when the jean shirt's long, and he would have on a white beater underneath. And he would back his ass up and do body rolls, put his arms around women like he's a bitch, and do body rolls. Because he was good looking, chicks loved him. He had a fetish for obese chicks, I learned. But anyways, chicks would stare at him and love him. He'd take his shirt off and his little skinny arms up in the air. But the brother was super confident. Jovina, how do you rank the confidence level of Stripper Boy when you would look at him?
Oh, 9, 10. He was always in a good mood.
Yeah.
While he was there.
Because women gave him looks. And he fed off that look. So his confidence level was way up there. I think his confidence was higher than mine at times. Although I would stand next to him and we both would compete for women's looks. And I would beat him often. Because I started, he used to mean mug me. I said, my boy, Craig, what's that brother's problem? So I finally cornered the dude in the bathroom. We were in the bathroom taking piss. I said, hey, man, what's up? And then we started talking, and we became friends after that. So I guess he got over his shit. Player Spring is a transphobic piece of shit. He discriminates women based on their genitals. Wow. Transphobic. I never said anything about trans. I've talked about dykes. I don't like dykes. I don't say anything bad about transsexuals. I actually said something good about them. Once I watched a TV show when I was dating the Mac makeup girl, and I learned that they have a brainstem in their head. We have brainstems, the certain brainstem in our head, it's like that big. In women, it's like that big. In transsexuals, it's almost as big as women, and it allows us something to do with emotions. So transsexuals are born feeling almost like full women emotions. Thanks, Remo. I did talk about, their videos are dangerous to men, because I went and looked at about a year ago some of their videos, and from the back, it looked like women I would fuck, because they had big old asses and little waists and big boobs. You turn around, there's a fucking dick. No thanks. But I'm proud to be, if he wants to call it transphobic. I don't have any fear of transsexuals, because that's what phobic is all about. I'm proud. I'm proud to be homophobic, if you want to call it that. I don't have a fear of homos or homosexual men. I don't fear them. It's okay for me not to agree with their lifestyle. That's my entitlement as a human being. I don't have to like your lifestyle. I don't have to like you anyway. That's my own thing. Vanessa's probably a transsexual. Where did this Vanessa dude get the idea that? Let me see if that's a real person. Hold up, fellas. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. Stop typing. People, it could be just a troll. This is what I thought. It's just a troll with a fake name. That means it's no, that happened on the other channel where that dyke came in. So what's my problem with dykes or gay women or something like that? So this is just a regular troll. Not even worth the energy to talk about that shit. Supreme, what do you think about homosexuals raising children? I don't like it, to be honest. I don't like it. And I say that from real life experience. I knew a guy that was raised by 2 lesbians. Now, small story, I've told the story before. There was this very light-skinned black dude with straight hair. He's obviously biracial of some type. And I started going to like house mixes. At that one place where there's a photograph of me in the hat and the smile. I think he DJ'd, or no, that's where I first ran into him. Then I would see him at the White Club out in Search Heights area. He danced weird. You know, I was with Thomas Negative, and we were talking about something wrong in his gene pool. He had this weird way of dancing. It was like, you know, you don't see blacks doing that shit. You saw like white guys dance like that. So I guess he didn't get the black genes. You know, I say that to Thomas Negative. I'm joking. But eventually I started talking to the dude, and he hung out with this guy named Junior, who's a short little white guy. Now, in talking to him, I learned that it was either from him, but I had a client. She became an aerobic instructor. She had these big ass. She was black with these big ass titties, thick. She actually met this guy and went out with him. And then she came to me to consult with me. You know, why doesn't he want to have sex? He didn't want to have sex with women, but he sure put himself out there and danced around and, you know, drop to his butt to the ground and stand up and do all this weird shit. And something happened to him. I guess being raised by those two women. So that's my experience. I'm suspect of homosexuals that want little kids. Because remember, homosexuality started with pedophilia. Fucking little boys. So I'm always suspect of that shit. Look at the ones that want to become Cub Scout masters. Look at the ones that work in schools and love to see boys on the swim team in their Speedos. All that subversiveness just to get peeks at boys and be around boys. And I actually saw the manifesto on someone's video that came out of the 70s, how they want to be able to have sex with, if you guys have little brothers that are toddler age, they want to have sex with those kids. That's part of their manifesto. So far, they've achieved their manifesto. They've gained the power. This is coming from 70s to the 80s when they start coming out. I talked about how I was watching Eddie Murphy, his stand-up. He talked about, you know, fags. Remember that? Woo, 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 pull over. That was the second video because he said they came after him. And he said, picture a fag, you know, on a car, you know, strapped to the top of a car going, woo, woo. Remember that routine? He talked about how they came after him. Third one, he didn't say a goddamn thing. They shut him up. They shut up fucking Eddie Murphy at the height of his power. So I knew then that they had a lot of power. That they gained political power. They set out as a mission, long-range mission, as a group of people to gain political power, and they now have it. They gained political power in Hollywood. They saw Hollywood as their target place, and they went after it. They have a lot of, they've always been in Hollywood, but there's been problems, you know, gays in Hollywood for a long time, but they have a lot of power in Hollywood. So that now each show has to have 3% homosexual content in it. That's why you see homosexual situations popping up in every TV show, all of our movies. Let me see. Was there any in The Wingman or The Kingsman? That's coming out of the UK, though. But in order to play here in the States, it had to have some homosexual content. I can't remember any in there. All they got to do is make one homosexual reference, though. You're like, I don't remember anything. Jovina, do you remember any homosexual content in The Kingsman? Anything, jokes, any situation that would bring it up?
Yeah, with, what's his name, the singer, Elton John. Remember?
Oh, how could I forget?
Remember?
How could I fucking forget? Yeah.
Towards the end, almost.
Yeah, I totally forgot. Their homosexual content. Their homosexual content was Elton John. Fat gay ass. I totally forgot. And then call him, you know, darling and kissing the guy. Yeah, it was there.
That was just at the end. At first, they didn't put it in there until.
Yeah, so they introduced Elton John, and he's being held captive by the bad chick. It was the whole show. Don't see the movie. It was really bad, very corny. He had Elton John doing a flying sidekick with this fucking gay ass platform heels on, silver, kicking a guy out and beating ass. A fag beating ass? No, I don't buy that. Number one. Then he is wearing his weird outfits, all the feathers and colored plume feathers, and then the bathing suit cap, and then the glasses and his fat ass. And no, thank you. I got 2 cousins who are lesbians on my mom's side. One of them hangs out around a group of gay black men, but they cool to me, nice people. No comment, Eric. Flybacka, that's creepy as hell. I hope they make machines in the future that can tell somebody is a pedophile. I realize that every movie there's a gay scene or reference. Yeah, that's because of America. England loves that shit. They revel in it because gays got power in England early on. There was a study done on the number of gays born after World War II, something to do with the bombing of England and the mothers, because of fear, not releasing a lot of testosterone, enough testosterone to make these guys fully men, make them, full men. You need a certain amount of testosterone in you. I don't watch regular TV, Kara says, either too many fag and gen. Yeah, that's why I quit watching regular television. I'm trying to learn to adapt, because some shows I got tired of stop watching shows. There's one show that I've been watching that I think they have it in there. Yeah, they've got it in there. It's called Midnight. Of course, gays hate Catholic Church, right? They hate Christianity. So they have a character that's a fallen angel, and he's a fag. And he looks like a normal dude also. They like to make normal looking males who are not gay in real life. They want you to be gay for pay. You can spot a real gay person because they just give themselves away. They're flaming. They got to let you know what their sexuality is about. And that's one thing I don't like about homosexuals. If you're one watching, you guys, every time you get around someone, you got to let them know that you're gay. Who cares? You guys care. You always got to, do something flaming or let people know that how flamboyant you are and gay. Who cares? I don't give a fuck what you do. Just don't put shit in my face. I don't give a fuck about you. I don't give a fuck about you. It's a pretty. I get tired of too much of the fucking argument. It's okay if the person lives in a good home that's with gay or lesbian couple. It's better than a bad home than they are being abused in a straight home. I actually disagree, because think of it from an energetic standpoint. What is their energy, their fucked up energy, doing to those kids? Remember, in a regular home, there's a male figure and a female energy, real female energy. And that's what you need to make a balanced human being, is the presence of those two energies. You got two males. One's acting like a female, but not really female. What is it doing to that kid's perception? One of my favorite shows was Call of the Wild. That's not on air anymore. Don't think I've heard of it. Call of the Wild. That sounds like the book that I read. I don't want them fucking up children. And they always say that, they'll go to a good home. We don't know what's going on in those homes unless we're there. And you're not there 100% of the time unless you're one of them. So you don't know what's going on. And there hasn't been enough studies done on what happens to these kids that come out. Are we supposed to be normal to be accepting of queer behavior, queer sexual behavior, weird sexual behavior? I don't think it's a norm for a man to stick his dick in another man's ass and women to only want to lick other women. That to me is not normal sexual behavior. I don't care how you try to ram it down my throat. I'm not going to accept it as that. So, and I'm coming from the standpoint of energy. Their energy does not feel good to be around. For someone that can feel energy, for me. So what is happening to kids who are more sensitive to energy? And does it corrupt their energy? Does it corrupt their ideology? because it's not normal behaviors, but they come out thinking it's normal. Are we creating more guys who are more open to it? Let's say they raise a male up in that environment, and he grows up thinking, oh, homosexual is okay. It's cool. Like at one time, there were normal people saying, it's cool. And this community, the online seduction community, hang out with gays. It's okay. It's cool. I've seen 2 instructors that I rant about on my old channel that kissed each other in this community. And let me see if I can find that one idiot's name. All you gotta do is type how to talk to girls. See if he comes up. If that doesn't work, I'll try another keyword. Alpha M is a good guy. Trip Advice, that's a company that's doing that. There are these companies that have came out and they put up good videos, but they're not necessarily real people. Damn, this dude shows up on everything. More Alpha M. Jovina likes, isn't it Alpha M that you like?
Yes.
Yes.
He knows his stuff.
He knows his stuff. Right from Jovina. Damn, that's a thick bitch.
Talk about Alpha M now.
Let's see. How to try this keyword. It's not Corey Wayne. He would never do that. That's one thing I can say that's good about Corey Wayne. He would never kiss another man in the mouth. It's not David D'Angelo. Come on, damn it. This idiot shows up every time I type in one of my keywords. Now, it's not David Wygett. He was on my site a long time ago. There he is. Stefan Erdman. If you work with Stefan Erdman, know that he kissed another man on the mouth in front of all these males that are struggling with how to meet women. What does that say in those men's minds? What did he communicate by kissing this other so-called instructor in the mouth live on video camera? And then the I saw the male's comments. Oh, that's just so cool. Sucking up to them, sucking up to it. I told you there are a lot of closet homosexuals in this market. They give themselves away by their actions and their words. And they don't belong here because males are struggling with their sexuality enough without these people leading them astray. And I wish I could think of the guy's name on So Suave. It's right on the tip of my tongue. He has one of those metaphysical names. He's one of them. And he's still there, I think. Fuck. Next time I see his name, I'm going to write it down. But promoting homosexuality in this community, it doesn't belong. They don't go together. This community is all about meeting women. It's not about hooking up with dudes. Fuck, about everybody disagreeing with fags raising children. What? Fuck, were you brought up like that, you jelly? Is fuck, I'm mad about what? You jelly, I don't mean to attack you, but I don't agree with that. I've talked about it for years. I don't agree with homosexuals raising kids. Because as I was talking about, what's going to happen when they become adults? What happens when they become men and go out there into the world? Are they going to be like Erdman, kissing other dudes, think it's okay? That, their lifestyle doesn't belong with us, who are, they call us breeders. It doesn't belong with us breeders. They want it with us so that, now this is where they sold you the points. They want to have access to more straight booties. They're tired of gay guys. There's an element within their group that are tired of flaming homosexuals and prancing around. They act like normal dudes, although you can tell they're still homosexuals. You know, they hit the gym, they take steroids, they get big muscles, and they're tired of little prancy faggots running around. They want access to straight guys. Oh, Supreme, oh my God. What the fuck? I'm not agreeing with almost raising kids. Is my point. Oh, thank you. Okay. Sorry. I misunderstood. Sorry about that. I misunderstood. It looked like you were, man. That was my bad. Did you guys know that I almost broke up with Jovina because of that? Because of her son. And it crossed my mind. You know, I was so sick of homosexual shit because my buddy Craig went to that side of the goddamn fence. And I was so sick of homosexual shit, I didn't want to deal with Jovina after I met her. I'm glad I stuck around. Her son is a really nice young man. I wish it had been different because I actually learned from that experience. He tried to be straight like my boy Craig did. He tried. He dated girls and it just wasn't to be. But it doesn't change my feelings about the whole community. And it makes it hard. You know, I can't openly talk about it in front of him. I did say something once, that my boy Craig said that, when you act flame like that, it's an affectation. You fake it. And he's one of those that has that. But he doesn't put it in your face like that. Actually, I don't hang out with him in his personal life, so I don't know what he does. So anyways, I was sick of it being in my life. I wanted freedom from anything homosexual. In some ways, I'm glad I did. And in a small way, I like Jovina. She's my girl. Let's see. Not sure what we're talking about. Remo said news coming eventually. The chat box is flashing too much. I tolerate homosexuals because of my work. Yeah, we tolerate them. That's what we learned to do. They didn't realize that they were being programmed by today's agenda. You just said Supreme, I was bringing up the argument point homos would bring up to the justification. Oh, yeah. So like I was trying to say, there's been no studies done to see how these kids come out. But think about it. They'll come out being homosexual friendly, and they'll fall to that side. So all they're doing is creating new soldiers through their interactions with our kids. And Remo says, I work with a black feminist. Fuck. That's like the worst of the worst. I told you guys, I've been around for a long time, and the feminist movement was started by homosexual women. The whole thing started because of, sorry white folks, sorry you jelly, but because of your women and the way you guys are treating your women. If you guys have been treating your women good, the whole feminist movement never would have got started. It was their issues with having, owning property, voting. They had problems back in the 1800s with women because it was unfair. If a woman was married to a man and he died, she couldn't own the property. They had issues with owning, ownership of property if something happened to the man. So that continued all into the 60s. Women started burning their bras for sexual freedom. They were tired of being treated the way that dominant society was treating them. They were tired of the bullshit. They're tired of being stepped on. You go forward into the 70s, there was a show called Married with Children. The role that Edith played, the wife, they were tired of being seen as that. Edith, the wife.
Edith on Married with Children.
Yeah.
Who's Edith?
Isn't that her name? The wife?
Peg Bundy?
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I say Married with Children?
Yes.
Damn it.
You mean
Bunker. Archie Bunker.
Yeah.
What's the name of the show?
Something family something.
All in the Family?
All in Family.
Sorry, fellas.
Stop, man.
I'm typing it into the search engine here. Edith's rape scene? I didn't see that one. I stopped watching that show. Edith's 50th. She was older than 50. Come on. I know that dumb-sided women don't age well, but come on, goddammit. She was like 60s.
Who was?
Edith.
She was, oh yeah, she was in her mid-60s, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
Early to mid.
Okay, let me show you what I'm talking about as far as this TV show. The way she was treated. Like, they always envision the women were stupid. I don't know why. I've never seen this one. They actually had a rape scene with her?
Yeah, they did. She got raped.
And then she, really? Then they have a death scene? I didn't know she died.
She died, yeah, then he continued the show.
See the way she talks?
This close. Well, we'll take him along. Maybe we can use him. About an hour ago, we picked up a suspicious character running down.
Now, back then, the cops were always Irish or Polish.
The street in his t-shirt. Maybe they belong to him.
Where's the lady that got attacked? We'd like her to come along with us and take a look at the guy. Maybe she can identify.
No, I don't want to look at that guy. He can't hurt you anymore.
Can you identify these clothes, ma'am?
No, I can't. No, he'll kill me. He'll kill me. He'll kill me. He'll kill me. He'll kill me.
Basically, she was an idiot. Married to a man named Archie Bunker. And he hated everybody. He hated Polacks, as he would call them.
She was his son-in-law.
The coons are coming? His son-in-law was supposed to be Polish.
Why, the answers are all right here in this sculpture. Take, for instance, what this represents. This here is the struggle of the races. Man's inhumanity to man. Yet through it all, the shining hope of a new brotherhood, see?
The girl has gone basic.
Where's Zach?
I'm all alone. I'm all alone in this house. Isn't anybody else interested in upholding standards? Our world is coming crumbling down. The coons are coming.
It was also very racist back then.
Oh yeah, it was.
Very racist.
Remember who his neighbor was?
Yeah. Jefferson.
George Jefferson.
Yeah, George Jefferson.
Family, yeah.
Yeah.
So they moved on up.
So this is the TV that I grew up on, fellas.
That's just stupid, Jefferson. Besides,
They changed George Jefferson. This guy wasn't the guy that became Jefferson.
There is, huh? Then how come we don't have a black president? I mean, some of our black people are just as dumb as Nixon.
We got a black president, Jefferson, because God ain't ready for that yet.
Wait a second. What?
Now these were the youth of the day.
Try it out first by making a black pope, which he ain't done yet.
Actually, there were 3 black popes.
Or maybe that's because God ain't Catholic. We know that one.
And their hatred of Catholics.
Men change the subject.
Yeah, Gloria's right. This is no
I'm
time to be.
talking, Michael.
Oh, boy.
This is where it started.
Whether a black man or a white man should be president.
Well, what do you want to talk about, little guy?
How about a woman president?
Oh, holy cow.
Bam. Feminism. So that's what I grew up with, fellas. Archie Bunker. My dad and I would watch that show. He thought it was real funny. We thought that was humor back then.
That's what they had on TV.
That's what they had on TV. We were called the N-words, coons, and shit like that. That was normal for us. Sharmar, I grew up off that show. You too? You're awfully young to see that. Carol, I haven't seen All in the Family since I was a kid. They still play that shit?
They rerun it for a long time. You know how they do.
Supreme feminist bullshit with their wage gap myth is silly. I've always thought it was true, you jelly, that there was a, women are paid differently. I think they just used that. Because remember, behind them were dykes. And they wanted to create separation between, they saw the problems between white women and white men. They wanted to push that wider apart so they get more pussies to lick. Remember, I lived across from one of the rescue places, and I abhor men that beat women. But they were swarming around these poor beaten women like flies on shit. My boy Craig and I, we were scheming to get over to that house and get us a few of those females. But they had guards. The dykes were their guards. And they lived their house was right behind our house. When I we moved in together. I tried that for 9 months.
I'm sorry.
9 months. What?
You and Craig were afraid of a couple of dykes?
Well, they were swarming like you couldn't get at them.
Sorry.
You couldn't get near them. I mean, you try to get them and dykes would be right there in your face.
Afraid of a
We
girl?
tried. Right there in your face. This is a weave organization. We don't want any contact with men. That's what the bitch said to me.
I think that's funny that you
It was this really hot chick. We tried to get at the bitch. She was throwing up the signs, and that dyke jumped in our face. Because they were walking through the park. You know that one park that's down from my studio? That was, on Twin Step. Yeah, they were, we lived on P Street there. They, they walked the women, take the women on walks, like they're walking dogs, and they would go somewhere. I think they were going to the fish taco place or whatever. And we would see them out our back door. Like, damn, man. That one looks pretty good. So we ran down there.
You have to remember,
being dudes.
too, a lot of those women, their boyfriends and husbands were stalking them, and they needed somebody to escort them.
So the dykes is their bodyguards.
Exactly.
Bitch ain't gonna beat remember the dyke that was in Jackie's house?
You must
5 feet
look,
tall.
But she didn't fear you. That's just it. She wanted to kick your ass.
She thought she could beat my ass. She was like 5 feet tall. Oh God, I talked about this. One of my clients, she was the woman that did the lotto spin way back in the days. She got a new TV show. We were at her house for the party, and there was this little black dyke there. She's like 5 feet tall. I'm coming around the corner, drinking my hand. I bump into her. So I'm sorry, excuse me. And what did she say? You better be sorry. Nod her head like she was tough. You better be sorry. So I flared up, and I looked around. I did my look around like, anybody looking?
The look she gave you.
And then
She kept walking.
and I realized I'm at Jackie's house.
Oh God.
Calm down. So I walked by her, looking at her, and she was looking at me like, the up and down look. Then she was glaring at me when I fucking left, like she could do something to me. Oh my God, I would have drug her into the back room.
I bet you she probably would have tried if she felt
Yeah, and then Jackie would have been mad at me. Actually, I told Jackie about that shit,
Yeah,
and she kind of laughed about it. I said, Jack, that little bitch thought she was gonna beat my ass. Little black, and then I got racial. Supreme. I don't know. Looking at you're a very bright person. I would like to hear your perspective about it. Let's see. Supreme. Maybe there was a wage gap when women can only be secretary nurses or nuns in my mother's lifetime, but now my understanding is people GRP pay grade of a lawyer, and they've been working on that. I should have said there used to be a problem in that area. I don't know how bad the problem exists right now. I haven't heard women complain about it. But remember, all my clients most of them been women, except for like 3 dudes. I've trained like 4 or 5 dudes in my lifetime. So all my clients have been women. And I've heard them talk about that. They discovered that, for doing the same job, that a man was getting higher pay. So if they're trying to still use that shit, they need to show some statistical proof of that. So that's my thoughts on it. I was doing a social engineering on what's happening TV back in the 70s. How come Rerun never had girls attracted to him on the show, while others had girls because he was fat? Is it because he's short and fat? Yeah, because he's short and fat. Actually, I wonder if he's actually a homosexual in real life and he wanted that anyway. But he was fat. Remember, it's Hollywood. That's one of the most true statements I've read yet. Dancing does something to the soul. That's one of the most true statements I've ever read from Sharmar. Okay, I got to go, fellas. I've been doing this for quite a few hours. I've enjoyed chit-chatting with you guys. But now I got to eat my omelet for my lunch. People use blank statements to win arguments. Yeah, they do. Here's one for the brothers, a blanket statement. What about black on black crime? Remember that one when you're dealing with racists? All you N-words do is kill each other. And then when you go study the FBI stats, you see the truth. Whites get paid more than blacks for the same job. That I don't have any information on. I can believe it, but I don't have any information on that one. You Jelly Supreme, take care. Not sure you've seen what I said about Django's awesome recommendation. Good. Glad you liked it. My funny scene was when, I don't know why, I guess I must be a little sick, but he blew the guy's sister away out the doorway. Say goodbye, whatever, and then boom. Now he shoot at an angle, and you look at the angle of the trajectory of the bullet, she went backwards. But she flew out of the scene. My second favorite scene was when he shot the grinning dude in the balls, the guy that said, I'm going to walk in the moonlight with you, boy. What was that character's name?
Oh, God, I don't know the character's name.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
What do you think you're doing?
I'm going to meet my family.
With whole boots on?
Fall boots?
Whole boots.
We're only hanging out at my mom's house.
With 4-inch heels on your boots and some tight-ass jeans. Yeah, it's all plumped out in the back. And a big hoe bag.
A big... Why does it got to be hoe and hoe and hoe? Christmas or something?
You jelly. Bye, Miss Candy. Boom. You guys have a good day. And I'm out of here. Oops, I knocked something else off the table. I got to go to my mom's. She's been calling me the last couple of days. I haven't returned her call, so I got to see what's going on there. I like the way you died, boy. Yeah, I like that one too. That's from the movie Django. I like the way you died, boy. If you haven't seen Django and you're not, I know all you black guys seen Django. I recommend it to non-black. It's a good Western. It's just a good Western. So what? It's a black guy that's killing folks. By the way, if you go back in time to the gunfighters, most of them were black anyway. The guys that rode the Pony Express, those are black dudes. And Native Americans called us buffalo soldiers because of our woolly heads, like buffalo heads. There were a lot of black gunfighters. Of course, in America, they don't tell you about them. So once we were in our freedom and, the old West, the Wild West was happening, black folks were out there being gunfighters. I don't watch slave movies. I can agree with that, but that's actually a slave movie where he starts in slavery, ends in freedom. So it's worth watching. So maybe you might want to drop that I don't watch slave movie narrative and actually check this one out. He starts out in chains, ends up a gunfighter. And like he said, I kill white people. Not to promote that, but yeah, it was a good movie. See, I didn't think that was slow in the beginning. I saw the chain gang he was on. I saw the doctor blow away the bad guys. I kind of giggled when he was freed and they tossed the shotgun. One of the slavers was injured. His horse was on him. And they gave the black guys a shotgun. And they said, you can do what you want to do. They rode away. They heard the shotgun go off. And the guy was, big, hey, guys, now I gave you, he had named one of the guys, I gave you my cookie. And then boom. They shot his ass. Like they want to go back to, him being their boss. They got a chance at freedom. I'm out. I got to go. I got to finish my lunch. I got to get my bitch out of these goddamn hoe clothes too. And have her dressed proper. Later, fellas.